Hello, hello. How is everybody doing today? Man, I was so tired this morning. I told you guys yesterday that after stream I was going to help my sister out with putting together her bunk beds. And I have to tell you, that was way harder than I thought it was going to be. And so yeah, it was. I'm just so tired today after that. We were out there till like 10 p.m. And I thought it was gonna be like a 2 hour job, but it was like a 3 hour job, and I was just so freaking tired. Got blindsided by the update, but other than that, you're good. Oh man, it has been a wild ride. I also am working on trying. Those who watch on Twitch, you're probably much happier with your experience because I have like the chat bots and the overlays and all kinds of stuff. And unfortunately, I can't seem to get that stuff on YouTube quite yet. I'm working on transferring it over, but we will see. Hey, Crab Shack. How's it going? How's it going? Long time no see. Um, yeah. I haven't looked at the patch notes. Should we start the day off with looking at some patch notes? Somebody want to give me the TLDR? Oh man. Let's pull up some patch notes and take a look. I want you to read and see the reaction. My first impression of the update is good. Okay, alright. Well, you guys want a Coach Blatant reaction? Is this it? Here we are. Small update, it says. It's a minor update, you guys. Alright. King of the Hill objective has been rethemed and renamed to Unstable Rift. It no longer requires an earned delivery to trigger the start of the event. It now has a variable start time of plus or minus 1 minute. There's a global announcement 25 seconds before it spawns. 60 seconds before that, there is also an in-world only visual effect to let you know which lane it'll randomly spawn in. Guys, is this not what we were just talking about? Like yesterday? Have I not been saying this for like a couple of weeks? But then yesterday we were talking about it on stream. So it's no longer an earned delivery. It's now just a random objective around the map. Like I said, we've been needing. Yeah, new patch, baby. Welcome in, Samurai. All right, let's keep reading. We were literally talking about this yesterday. Unstable rift spawn interval increased from every 6 minutes to every 7 minutes. Unstable rift comeback bonuses. Resists in the area. Extra comeback bounty and trailing leading team claiming timer. Now all scale linearly based on the amount of net worth they are trailing. Scales from no bonus at 0% net worth behind to full bonus at 15% net worth behind. So after 15% net worth, you've maxed out the linear scaling. Okay, understood. The team that secures the unstable rift now also has a wave of 5 rift troopers sent down from the rift location when trailing spawns up to 12 troopers instead, using the same linear ramp from 0% net worth to minus 15% net worth. Jeez. Okay, wait. So that means, do they spawn directly from the rift? Also has a wave of 5 rift troopers sent down from the rift location. So they don't even like zip in. They just, bam, minions. They spawn above the bridge. They fall out of it. Dang, you wish they removed the bounty from Rift? Think it's still there though? Why do you wish they removed the bounty? Why would we go there if there was no bounty? We'd just be like, yo, let's trade this walker. Okay, let's keep going. Okay, the team that secures the unstable rift now has 5 troopers. Okay, so it's only after you secure it that you get troopers dropping out of it. Rift troopers drop no souls when killed. Oh, so it's free pressure for the enemy, or for the team that secures the rift too. It's actually a W. I actually like this so far. It would be for the push minions. They're nasty. I like this because it moves away from the big circle ult meta. Wait, doesn't this still be the big circle ult meta? You're just securing the rift instead of the earned delivery? I would think it's still ult circle meta. But let's keep going. Okay. Rift Troopers spawn with 100% extra health and damage. They also look larger and have custom VFX. Their bonus health and damage grows slightly per event. First one 100%. Jeez, alright, they are nasty. They get big fat minions. And a lot of them if you're behind. That's crazy. You'd want some more wave clear to fight the Rift Troopers, no? I mean, I don't see a difference though. Like, with big AoE ult and clear the minions, seems like it's the same. But it's after losing it. Yeah, so you would have to... So it would be even more teamfight or AoE ult meta than before. Because winning the Rift means you get a crap ton of minions and you don't have to clear them. So I would actually argue that it would be more so of a AoE ults meta now. Yeah, you want to play to win it, which is AoE meta still. Yeah, because then you get big nasty minions. You can call them Coach Blatant minions if you would. No, I'm kidding. Okay, any players in the unstable rift zone are now revealed on the minimap. Okay, unstable rift bounty increased by 35% to account for the 35% lost with no earn runner bounty. Overall objective bounties unchanged. Wait, I don't understand this at all. Unstable rift bounty was increased by 35% to account for the 35% loss with no earn runner bounty. What am I missing here? I think that bounty thing is basically saying you earn souls from winning it. Basically, the extra souls the earn runner used to get are now... Oh, in the base bounty. I see what you're saying, Shelly. Okay, I see. Like, because you used to get, like, a special extra bounty because you were the person running it, and now they're just saying it's moved into the bounty of the rift. So the team gets more souls overall rather than the earn runner bounty. So it's the same. There's just no one person getting the bonus. Is that it? Okay, I understand now. Okay, for some reason that wasn't gelling. Thank you guys. Okay, unstable rift no longer grants +1 permanent buff to each player. There's also no +3 buffs to the earn runner. I actually like that. Given that they're giving the minions, it should not also give golden statue buffs. That would be disgusting. All right, earn running is now its own objective. Spawns on either side of the map where the previous neutral pickup locations were and gets delivered to the opposite end. Spawns at 10 minutes, 15, 20, 25, etc. So it spawns with bridge buffs every 5 minutes starting at 10. Guys, this is like exactly what we were talking about last night. I legitimately was saying we just need a third dimensional game objective on the map randomly spawning on other sides of the lanes outside and independent of the earn. And we literally got it. And we still have earn. This is crazy. Okay. Earn runner is no longer revealed and is not disarmed or silenced. Going through a doorway or mirage teleport still drops it. Earn cannot be manually dropped. It gets dropped when you get hit with a light or heavy melee, are stunned, or are killed. It stays where it's dropped and does not walk back home. Earn runner can no longer parry. That's always been a thing. What? Okay, anyway. Earn bounty value starts decaying after 45 seconds from being picked up. Oh my gosh. It drains gradually over another 45 seconds, and then the earn is removed when the bounty is empty. Oh my goodness. The new earn is like a selfish extra wave objective. Yeah, I mean, so far, it's looking pretty insane. This is going to be a crazy meta shift for earn specifically. The meta is going to stay the same for Rift, but for earn, it's going to be different. It's actually going to require different heroes in the professional scene too, which is crazy. I'm actually excited to see what they do with Night Shift tomorrow. You could drop and parry before, now you can't since you can't drop. I see. But before, when you dropped it, You had your parry was on cooldown. You had to wait the 4 seconds or whatever. It's ludicrous because you still get the speed boost, so Haze can still run it in like 8 seconds. But it being a solo bounty still makes the rift more important, no? Well, okay, so here's the thing about Samurai. Yes, your parry was on cooldown if you dropped the urn. You couldn't drop it and then parry somebody who's coming to try and smack you. And that's how they balanced it. Okay, wait, hear me out. So we are saying here, urn is now going to be an M1 priority because they don't have AoE ults aside from Eternus, and we want them fed. So it's basically going to be M1s trying to run the urn while the team is focused around rift fighting. So I anticipate this might cause a split push meta. We'll see. Because they're going to line up, right? Every 6 to 7 minutes and then every 5 minutes. We're going to have urns spawning at the same time as rifts. And it's going to cause a split push meta. Where you have to decide between stopping their M1 from getting fed with urn depot or fighting the rift bounty and extra minions. And rift is almost always going to be more important, but how are you going to let their M1 get fed? So it's like, that's going to be interesting to see. The Majestic and Mystical Abrams waiting at the urn drop off to smack your M1. Yeah, I think it's going to be interesting for pick hero meta. Like pick Haze just sitting invis waiting for this hopeless and helpless freaking urn carrier. Not to mention that the urn, if you don't deposit it in time, can lose bounty. Meaning you could literally just annoy the crap out of the person running it and make sure they don't get the depot. This is going to be weird. I thought it was going to be a mechanic to keep speedy roaming characters up in gold with M1s. I mean, it's possible, Samurai. I just would assume, like, if you're thinking about it, who wants solo farm more than anybody else on your team? It's M1s. So why not give them the urn? Right? It's also going to set them up to be on the opposite side of the map from your team, especially if a rift has spawned. But if they're bringing it to the rift, then that's going to be different altogether. Okay, let's take a look here. Let's keep going. Urn bounty value starts decaying. We already read that. Urn is deposited immediately at the drop-off point. Urn bounty, when deposited, is worth 250 plus 70 per minute for just the urn runners. Still has the comeback bounty component. Upon deposit, all of the souls are released as orbs into the air. If another ally secures the orbs, they share the bounty with the urn runner. Urn runner gets plus 4 permanent buffs on depot. Yeah, this is looking like an M1 objective if you're smart. Urn is now louder when it talks and is easier to hear by nearby enemies. Okay, so we get to yell him. Is anybody gonna pick me up? All right. It just walks to the drop off after some time as well. Oh, interesting. Okay, it does make sense to make the M1s huge. It only coincides with the rift at 30 minutes. Oh, okay, so like throughout the rest of the game, it literally is just like feeding the M1 souls. Okay, let's keep reading. After 3 minutes from spawn, the urn will start walking very slowly on his own towards the depot location. Okay, spoiler alert. Urn runner's passive bonuses while holding it now scale based on how behind you are rather than being on or off. Bonuses are the same as the previous urn runner bonuses. Okay, so you still get resists? Is that what they're trying to say here? Okay. There are 2 debug commands that you can use to test these out. Force spawn idle, this spawns the urn. And Koth def test spawn. I imagine this is the unstable rift spawn. Okay. There you go. For those who use these, which I don't. So there you have it. We reworked the boon reward table. Oh my gosh. They're reducing health per boon again. All right. Let's take a look. M1s will take the urn and your roamers will pick up the lane. Probably right. That's what I imagine will happen, Crab Check. We'll see. It's probably going to be different at different elo, but in Eternus, that's how I see it happening. We'll see. Oh yeah, max boons is now later at 48k again. You can see the table in the Steam patch notes. Okay, so they're trying to reduce the shorter game snowball meta. They're trying to make them longer. Is that what we're getting, I think? Okay, health per boon reduced by 5%. All ultimate... Guys, is this supposed to be a small patch? What am I actually reading right now? Okay, all ultimate base and upgrade cooldowns nerfed by 15% rounded to the nearest multiple of 5. I actually love this. Oh my gosh. I was talking about this with my brother, and we were saying in general, ultimates just happen way too often in this game. They're not like as valuable as a resource. Minor updates just changing the whole game. Exactly. That's exactly what's happening. Wait, I did not see the boon changes. What? Yeah, here we go. Mina and Paige are even squishier than before. Unbelievable. I feel like we need to not be changing boons across the board. I feel like there are certain heroes that are already like so squishy. Okay, apparently we're going somewhere. Also, cooldowns, just fantastic change. Okay, rejuve buff duration reduced from 4 minutes to 3 minutes. Oh, I really like that. Make your mid-boss timer like... Yeah, that's going to be good. It's going to stop the whole, like, I'm just going to use rejuves to steal your entire farm and still have 2.5 minutes to, like, siege your walker. You're going to have to, like, make it happen. Okay, respawn ramp changed from 8:30 from... Wait, 8 to 30 seconds from 5 to 19 minutes to 8 to 35 seconds from 5 to 20 minutes. So respawns are getting longer? Or it's the same, just the ramp is longer. So the ramp caps out at 20 minutes instead of 19 minutes for this first ramp? Is that what they're saying? So, but it's like linearly the same-ish. Yeah, I don't think that's actually going to change much. Yeah, they just changed the curve. Paige is a menace now? Hold up. Can I just skip to that section? Okay, hold up. We'll keep reading. We'll keep reading. You guys keep distracting me with your messages. Unbelievable, chat. Okay. Guardian bounty reduced from 1,500 to 1,250. That's good. Walker bounty reduced from 4,000 to 3,500. Not sure I like that. I still want it to be an objective-based game. I just don't want the Guardian to be, like, game-breaking. Okay. First Blood bounty reduced. Lame! I love First Blood bounties. I think it should be increased. I think you should have to go so hard. Okay, base kill bounty reduced from 250 to 200. Max is still 2,200 at 40 minutes. So they just reduced the starting point and just changed the exponential growth there. Or linear growth, however they're having this. But they just reduced the floor. Okay, trooper bounty rescaled. So troopers are less. That's good for snowball meta. Really, really, really good change for snowball meta. To counter snowball meta, I should say. Trooper bounty ratio in the deniable flying orb increased from 40% to 50%. Wait, trooper bounty ratio. Oh, so like more of the trooper goes into the floating souls. Oh, so now all of my coaching telling you guys to freaking shoot your own orbs and quit wasting ammo. That's even more important now. Unbelievable. Okay, minimum unsecured souls allowed to drop reduced from 150 to 50 plus 5 a minute. Wait, what does that even mean? Minimum unsecured souls allowed to drop reduced. I don't even know what this sentence means. Somebody with a bigger brain explain that to me. Okay, dash jump input window increased. Start. Oh, so it's easier to dash jump? Is that what are they basically saying, hey, for those who have a skill issue, we're helping you out? Because that's super lame if that's the case. I mean, it's probably fine because it's a quarter or point. Wait, let's see. It was 0.2 to 0.25 to 0.3 to 0.55. Oh, it's like a massive window now. Yes, and you go further. Yeah, I would imagine because you can wait to jump for 0.20 seconds. I mean, 0.25 technically if you were pushing it to like the absolute limit. Dash distance increased by 1 meter. I actually do like this. I do like increasing movement in general. I think movement should be a skill issue. So I don't love that they're increasing the window necessarily. But I do like that they're making it easier to move around the map. I thought like old Deadlock when you could like wall jump a bunch and stuff too. That was actually cool. Dash jump vertical impulse increased from 400 to 425. Jump pads on top of the double center buildings have been removed. Oh, it's so lame. I hate that they're just slowly removing jump pads across the map. I don't like that, personally. Hovering an item in the shop now shows you a preview of your investment bars. Well, that'll be useless or useful for newer players. Street Brawl, I don't play and I don't coach, but I'll read it anyway. No longer locks you out of getting off the zipline in the first few seconds. Increase item randomness a bit, and fixed enhanced sharpshooter and enhanced spiritual overflow, not maintaining the bonuses from their enhanced components. So to who that applies. Okay, items. This is going to be important. Okay. I heard there was some serious political chat to be had here. For those who don't know Rama, this is my brother-in-law joining the chat for the first time. Somebody ban him. Somebody get this guy out. Oh! Thanks, Rama, for the subscription. The lamest, he says. Unbelievable. I'm so sad about those pads being removed. Agreed, Crabshack. Cannot believe it. Oh! And Rama with the 10 gifted. Aren't you supposed to be at work? Subs for everyone, this guy says. Well, you guys can enjoy the free subscriptions you just got. You are working? Alright, okay. I'm gonna have a hard time calling you by Rama. I'll probably slip one of these times. But thanks so much for the 10 gifted. Appreciate it. Hopefully you guys got some subs and can watch without ads and whatnot. Alright, we're moving on to items. Here we go. Mystic Shot cooldown was increased from 8 seconds to 9 seconds. That's good. Mystic Shot was really strong. Toxic Bullets. By the way, Rama, you should be playing Deadlock. My brother and I have been trying to convince him to get on Deadlock. Everybody convince him. Give him your best arguments right now. Because he played it for like 2 minutes by himself and was like, nah, I'm not playing that. Unbelievable. Alright. Okay, Toxic Bullets bleed damage was increased. I think I actually like this change. Mainly because I like Toxic Bullets. Bro, I haven't even been gaming. That's the first problem. The second problem is which game you log into. Because I know you're logging into World of Warcraft instead of Deadlock. Just saying. You have a brother-in-law as an Eternus coach. No better reason. Exactly. Rama, I'm literally an Eternus Deadlock coach. You have no better reason, says Samurai. The one and only. So there you have it. Alright. Scourge. Max health DPS reduced from 3.5% to 2.6%. Bless. Oh, we definitely needed to see Scourge nerfed. Max health DPS now scales with Spirit Power. Ooh, interesting. So it's like way stronger on supports building Spirit than it is on tanks building a bunch of green. I actually really, really love this change. I want Scourge to be a support item, not Billy buying Scourge and just running at everybody. Cursed Relic damage penalty increased. I actually like that too, mainly for Pick Haze. Also, it makes it more of a support item. W. I like these changes. Really, really big changes. Crabshack says Toxic Bullet change plus Health Boon change hopefully means we're shifting away from tank meta. I would hope so, Crabshack. Tank meta kills games, in my opinion. PaxFan says W's across the board. Crabshack says I'm praying. Samurai says teeny tiny scaling though. Yeah, I mean it's teeny tiny scaling, but it's better than like tanks being able to use it at full power. It just makes it more of a support item, right? Shiv got forcefully tuned into a hybrid character. Alright, we'll go ahead and see what's going on here. So, we have Abrams, Siphon Life, Tier 3, reduced from plus 3 meter radius to plus 2 meter radius. Okay, so reduced Siphon Life range on his Tier 3. Abrams Solar Charge Tier 3 reduced from minus 20 seconds to minus 18. Apollo Riposte Tier 1 increased from minus 7 seconds to minus 8 seconds. Oh, that's good. Apollo needs some love. Apollo Riposte Grace window to target after channeling increased by 0.3 seconds. I like that. Riposte cast range increased from 25 meters to 35 meters. Okay, now it's starting to get like, how much are we actually going to buff this ability? Apollo Riposte targeting angle increased from 70 to 90. All right, Apollo. Flawless advanced heal on here at spirit scaling increased from 1 to 1.3. Okay. Apollo Ultimate Tier 3 increased bonus damage by 10%. Dang, Apollo. Nice. I'm glad to see Apollo come back, but I think maybe they went overboard. We'll see how that affects the meta. Apollo got too much love? Yeah, I think so. I started reading it and was like, hey, that's good. And now I ended reading it like, are we back to where we were at before? All right, Billy bullet damage per boon reduced by 10%. That's good. Bash down melee scaling reduced by 0.2. Not bad. Bash down tier 3 reduced from 60% heavy melee damage to 50%. Okay. Billy Rising Ram max HP damage reduced. Rising Ram tier 3 max HP spirit scaling increased. So break even at 111 spirit power. Okay, so Billy's Rising Ram didn't actually change too drastically. It's mostly bashed down in his gun, which is probably good. We don't want tanks. This is my big problem with Deadlock so far and a lot of other MOBAs that I've played, is I really don't want the tanks to be like unkillable and topping the damage meters. Like, pick one. You can't have both, right? Rama says, Apollo, we back in Smite. Maybe, Rama, you'd have to play Deadlock to know. You'd have to play Deadlock to know. Watch him obliterate Cosmetical and Metro a little bit ago. Alright, let's take a look here. Guys, I'm only like halfway done with this minor, small update, patch, whatever. Okay, Celeste. Dazzling Trick. Wait, which one is that? Guys, which one is Dazzling Trick? I don't know Celeste's ability names.
I'll be there.
Unbelievable. Oh, it's her shield. Okay, guys, I totally knew that. It's her shield. It's not even her AoE. Crabshack, stop lying to me. Okay, Dazzling Trick cooldown. Reduced from 35 seconds. Okay, it's reduced 3 seconds. I don't know why they do this. Don't make me do math. Just say it was reduced by 3 seconds. Okay, Celeste Radiant Daggers. Radiant Daggers is the AoE, Crabshack. Somebody ban Crabshack. Okay, buff duration increased from 25 to 30 seconds. Okay, so longer damage amp. Spirit scaling increased off Radiant Daggers. Oh, geez. Is Celeste going to be doing even more damage because she's squishier with the health boon nerf? Shiny Wonder bounce range increased 1 meter. Ooh, that's actually a really big difference. I don't think you guys understand how much this affects her pit fight, but that's actually insane. Oh no. Alright, Celeste is definitely back at the top of the meta, I'm sure now. Shining Wonder damage increased by 10%. Oh sure, yeah, we needed that after increasing its range. Sure, yeah. Okay, Doorman, doorway cooldown increased by 5 seconds. And that's the only nerf he got. No, nothing else. That's it. Alright. Drifter, health per boon increased. Oh, this is the kind of crap we need on like Mina and Paige. We'll see. Global HP boon reduction is after this. Okay. Drifter, Rend cast time reduced. So Rend activates quicker. I actually like this. I thought Rend was like really awkward. This is actually nice. Probably reduce the damage on it because it's kind of disgusting for an M1, but whatever. Rend post cast time reduced from 0.5 to 0.4 seconds. Rend tier 2 cooldown increased, so more cooldown on it. Blood scent tier 1 increased from plus 2 meters a second while near an isolated enemy to plus 3. Oh sure, we needed Drifter to be faster, guys. That's what we needed. Blood scent tier 2 increased. 6% missing health heal. Okay. Dynamo, rejuvenating aura regeneration increased. I like that actually. Make Dynamo a little bit better. Because he's actually, so people might think this is like some sort of hot take, but Dynamo's actually not in a good place right now. He's not a good support yet. He's just an ult bot. So they either need to change his 2 or keep buffing his heal or both. But until then, he's literally just an ult bot. So at high level, Dynamo's like not it. But anyway, moving on. 3 is Celestial Daggers, 4 is Shining Wonder. Exactly, Pact Fan. Crabshack says, you right, I'm dummy, ignore me. No, Heather, I am free. Unbelievable. Okay. Let's keep going. Great talent. Moving on. Rain of Arrows, cooldown increased by 2 seconds. Guided Owl, permanent spirit buff bonus reduced. Hallelujah. Let's go. Okay, here's the holiday changes. This is the section we should have started with. Powder keg velocity reduced slightly. That's ambiguous. Powder keg charge delay increased by 0.5 seconds. That's going to impact the combo that we talked about. Who was I talking about with yesterday with the combo? Was it you, Shelly Froggy? Were we talking about the combo with Holiday? This might actually affect that. We'll see. Holiday got the world's smallest slap on the wrist. So far, it looks that way. Powder keg spirit scaling reduced. Hey, that's a pretty big reduction. And tier 3 damage got reduced. That's a decent change. What you need to understand is just because she was strong doesn't mean we need to nerf her a ton. It means we need to balance her down and then buff everybody else up to her level so that every hero in the game is fun to play. Except for tanks. Make tanks boring. Screw tanks. Okay. Haze. I'm not biased. Sleep Dagger. T1 increase from minus 8% bullet resist to minus 10%. Sleep Dagger T2 increase from minus 17 cooldown to minus 18. Dang, so Sleep Dagger's like... nice. That's actually big. I actually like that. Smoke Bomb increase from 40% bullet lifesteal to 50%. Nice. Okay. Ivy, Entangling Thorns, Spirit Scaling increase. I'm not sure we needed that. We'll go on. Actually, I think she just needs better healing replication. Kudzu Connection, replicated healing per boon scale increased. Oh, alright. That hey, I should have just kept reading. Alright, airdrop cooldown reduction. When used on allies, increased from minus 25% to minus 30%. Nice, okay. Ivy definitely needed some love as a support, and these two are kind of what I was looking for. This is like unnecessary, but whatever. Last ground strike cooldown reduced. Flog angle increased. Alright, I'll take it. Rena, make risking health. Guys, I told you I'm mentally exhausted. This is just not it. Alright, Samurai said, no, this character has 5 charges, ripping 800 damage per charge, moving at Mach 1 million into your face. I don't think Samurai is enjoying holiday gameplay. Does anybody else think that might be the case here? Okay, Mina, Rake missing health as damage increased by 1%. Sanguine Retreat Tier 3 now also increases range by 3 meters. Wait, Sanguine Retreat Tier 3. Oh, I see. Okay, that's her bats. It now also increases the range of her bats, as well as having like 45 million charges of bats. Okay, Nox Nostra damage. Guys, it's just too many M's and N's. Give me a break. I'm only Eternus. Damage was increased? Did Mina really need an ult damage increase? Is there anybody in the current meta that thinks Mina needed more damage on her ult? Anybody? Any takers? Bueller? Alright, Nox Nostra T1 damage increased. Okay, alright. That's okay. She's fine. I just get annoyed getting insta-killed as Pocket with Spirit Resist because I wanted my sinners and she decided to check them. I get that, Samurai. Yes, her ult was a little weak, but she just needs health. You think her ult was weak? I feel like Mina was an ult bot late game. If you've love bite someone, her ult is kind of meh. Interesting. I feel like that is a hot take. I feel like Mina's ult was like her late game pinnacle. We'll see. I mean, clearly the devs thought her ult needed a buff. Maybe there's some Mina mains out there who are giving me an unbiased, loving, and honest answer and can tell me that that was necessary. Okay, guys, we're so close to page. Let me get through Moan Krill. Also, there's another update. Apparently, you guys can't see it right now, but that's fine. Okay, either her ult needed a boost or her love bites, but her health is rough. Not much, teeny tiny buff. Okay, Moan Krill, Sandblast slow was increased by 5%. Sandblast tier 3 increased from minus 20 seconds to minus 25% cooldown. So we're getting more Sandblast and it's a longer or a larger slow. Combo bonus max health per kill increased. So Moan Krill is going to be tankier with the ult combo. I see. I just don't know how I feel about it. Maybe reduces damage a little bit if he's going to get tankier. I feel like you can't have both. Okay, guys, this is the most important section. Everybody lock in. Seatbelts on. Keep your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the vehicle. Health per boon increased. W. Bookworm T1. I'm not going to hate any of these changes, by the way, already. I can tell you right now. Bookworm T1 changed from plus 2 second trail duration and plus 1 meter radius, which was useless, by the way, to minus 12 second cooldown. Awesome. Worm tier 2 changed from plus 10 meter range and minus 12 second cooldown to plus 1 charge, plus 1 meter radius, and plus 2 second trail duration. Dang it. Why did we do that? Alright, anyway, moving on. Bookworm, I said I'd love them all. I take it back. Bookworm tier 3 changed from plus 100 damage to plus 30 DPS and plus 1 charge to plus 12 meter travel range. So we get the charge earlier. They basically just rearranged it. This is not a buff or a nerf. It's just been rearranged. Well, the reason it's not a buff or a nerf is because any smart page ever is pretty much upgrading their 1, like the 3rd thing to be maxed out. Usually you max out your 2 and your 3, and you have like 2 points in your ult, and then you max out your 1. So this is like very unimpactful until late game. Anyway, okay. Page plot armor, tier 1. Fire rate, spirit scaling increased. W. Plot armor, tier 3. Increased from 75% barrier to 100%. Oh my gosh, that's actually massive. I love that. Okay, rallying charge is now properly counted as a miss for the minus 50% CD reduction if the only thing that was impacted were non-heroes. Thank you, because last time they made this change, and then like you'd hit a minion, and it was like, you get full cooldown. So I'm glad that that actually happened. Okay, Page, rallying charge tier 3 max amp increased 20%. Nice. Okay, I don't think this is actually going to kill like everything that's wrong with Page, but it is a great start. It's a great start. Probably hotfix. I think that's fine because he deals pretty much 0 damage. I mean, it's probably fine, but yeah. Also, the Mina buff was to her early game ult, which was a little meh to me. Well, part of it was an early game ult, but I don't think her early game ult was meh either. The last time I was ulted in lane from a Mina, I was like brought down to 25% HP from full. So I don't know what they were thinking of that personally, but apparently they thought it was necessary. Okay. Kinetic Carbine, tier 2, now also increases move speed spirit scaling. Okay, so more movement in Kinetic Carbine, W. Paradox, Kinetic Carbine tier 3 changed from affecting max damage scaling to affecting both min and max damage scaling. I don't know how that affects Paradox. If anybody plays Paradox enough to know, explain that to me. Pocket, bullet damage per boon reduced. Okay, that's actually decent, because his gun early game is, like, disgusting. Also, these are the only 2 changes to Pocket, but Mina got an ult increase, and... Alright, whatever. Flying Cloak, tier 3, reduced by 1 second. That's not enough, by the way. It's not enough. With enough duration from, like, Superior Duration and Diviner's Kevlar, which you get for your ult anyway, you can literally teleport to your cloak and then have it be, like, off cooldown. This is not going to change that. Anyway, whatever. It gives her a little more damage. Well, I understood that part. I just don't understand the math behind it. What does min and max damage scaling mean for Kinetic Carbine? I don't understand that. I think that's... Oh, sorry. I already read that message. Gives her a little more damage if she has to quick rip her carbine instead of letting it charge up. Oh! I see. So, like, if you don't fully charge the Kinetic Carbine... He also got nerfed from CD nerfs, but pocket changes weren't huge. True. But everybody got that nerf. I guess it affects him pretty hard with the long ult. Anyway, Rem, tag along, healing per second, spirit scaling reduced. That's good. Tag along tier 3, missing health, spirit scaling reduced from... Wait, spirit scaling. Wait, I'll tag along. Oh, the tier 3 here healings. Okay, so he was reduced on the base and the tier 3 with tag along. Good. Little Helper's spirit resist reduced from 15% to 12%. Little Helper's tier 1 changed from +1 helper to +1 helper and 1.5 meters per second move speed. Little Helper's tier 2 changed from +8% spirit resist and movement speed to +1 helper and 15% trooper damage and resist. Oh! Split push meta. Rem, Little Helpers tier 3 changed from +2 helpers and +20% trooper damage and resist to +1 helper and +15 spirit resist. So Lil Helpers just turned into like mid-game split push meta, where we're getting, because this was rearranged, this is actually really important. Because this was rearranged, you can now max like tag along and whatnot. You don't have to max Lil Helpers as early for this, because you were getting spirit resist earlier. Or no, sorry, you were getting the spirit resist earlier and the trooper damage later for the like late game split push. Make sure you have some sort of side lane annoying the crap out of them so they can't get mid bosses as easy because your team can focus blue prio because your minions are already focusing the side lane. That all happens like 10 minutes earlier. That's a big deal. I like that though. Okay. Yeah, but Pocket is an ult machine. It's true for the most part. But also, it doesn't matter. You just need like one good affliction, and Refresher can do that anyway. But yeah, I understand what you're saying. Rem plus unstable Rift minions is crazy. He gets his own little Hun army. Oh, that's true. Yeah, Rift minions and Rem is going to be insane. I like that they're shifting him so he's not just a heal bot. We were literally just talking about this yesterday. Who did I do the Rem VOD review for? I can't remember. Okay. I did a Rem VOD review and we literally talked about he was a heal bot. That's changing now. Okay. 7. Lightning Ball charge delay reduced by 1 second. Storm Cloud time to expand was increased. I actually really like that change. Storm Cloud damage interval increased. Wait, Storm? Oh, I see. Okay, DPS is unchanged, but the intervals increase. I see. Storm Cloud T2 now also increases initial radius by +5 meters. I like that. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, Pact fan. Here it comes. It had to happen eventually. We had to get here eventually. Shiv. Altfire damage now has a custom value per boon. Altfire ammo consumed per shot increased. Oh! Shiv movement. Oh! Shiv movement. Okay. I guess you get to... You can still altfire while sliding, but usually it's the other way around. Alright, we'll see how this goes. Alt-fire knockback movement is now disabled by slowing hex state. Oh! Oh, no! Alright, so rated knives cooldown reduced. I mean, that's a compensation price. Slice and Dice now deals plus 25 light melee damage, 75 total, instead of 60 spirit damage. Hold up. That changes a lot. Okay. Slice and Dice changed from -6% spirit resist to +4% damage amp. Oh, so he's getting less tanky. Yikes. Okay. Bloodletting tier 2 changed from +15% incoming damage deferred to +35% deferred damage cleared. So that's the tier 2 now, and they swapped it with the tier 3. Okay. Shiv Killing Blow now deals damage to troopers and neutrals along the way. Compensation prize. Executing a hero now instantly fills the rage bar. That's actually kind of nice though. Right? Like you could literally gank a lane and get an execute off and instantly have full rage and then go ham on the second person. If you didn't gank the lane with like near full rage. That's kind of nice. Killing Blow now has the T3 recast within 20 seconds on a hero kill as part of the base ability. Okay. That's pretty good for mid game. That's pretty good for mid game. It's also going to make Shiv ganks like way more important. Killing Blow full rage damage bonus reduced from +12% to +8%. Okay. Killing Blow range reduced. That's a big deal. We're going to see a lot of people whiffing some Killing Blows. What do you bet? Killing Blow tier 1 now also increases range by +6 meters. Oh, so it comes back. Never mind. They're just going to miss the first cast. Okay. M2 nerfs so overkill. That's wrong, I think. It's only light melee damage. Dash is only melee. No, right. They took away the spirit damage from Shiv Dash, right? Shiv is hybrid character now. His melee kind of hurt now. Yeah, it looks that way. Alright, sorry. Mrs. Coach Playton came in and reminded me to drink some water, which is a good idea. Let me whip one of these bad boys out of here. Okay. Yoshi has forcefully made Shiv hybrid. It's so weird. Not a fan. Doesn't feel like Shiv. Alright, Pact fan, I think it's time for your McGinnis arc, bro. Alright. McGinnis wasn't touched. We're way past McGinnis. Alright? She's still Mickey G. You can go crazy. Truth, Nuke. Alright, Pact fan, I want to see a McGinnis VOD review within the next 2 weeks as an MVP. That's your job. Alright. I'm a fan. Shiv was too oppressive and I played him, LOL. I don't think this was the way to make him less oppressive, but it is an interesting change. I think what they're trying to do is force tanks into hybrids so they can't be doing too much of one damage type. But we'll see. Like front lines in general, I guess I should say. Okay, let's keep going. So killing below tier 2 increased from 10% full range bonus damage to 16%, so we get it back later. Killing below tier 3 increased from plus 5% enemy health threshold to plus 10%. Okay. We're at the bottom. W. Okay, Vindicta Stake tier 2 reduced from 20-second cooldown to minus 22% cooldown. Vindicta Crow Familiar tier 2 reduced cooldown. Vindicta Crow Familiar collision radius between each crow increased slightly. Collision radius between each crow increased slightly. Does that mean it's easier to hit the crows? What is this? Why are they wording it this way? I don't understand. Shiv was the most balanced he's been ever. And Crabshack said they already nuked her. I mean, kind of true. But also, she didn't get nuked more. So, like, you can still just go press Unstoppable and ult and go crazy for a minute. His team Spirit Shred was too much. Lomain was calling Shiv B tier. I'd rather Shiv not be a frontline like that. I think most Shivs would. It's gonna be interesting to see what they're doing, but I don't know that we're gonna have a choice. I think it's gonna turn into a thing where, like, so in other MOBAs, namely Smite, which I played for a very long time at a very high level, I would say that you could build tanks for spirit damage. And you could build that, like, for ability damage in general. Or you could, like, for knives and whatnot, for example. Which, by the way, all I think they're doing... let me just, before we go on with any of the Vindicta and Viscus and Viper and Warden, let me just say, they're only nerfing Dash Shiv. That's the only thing that... And his movement overall. But they're not touching the knives in terms of spirit. So if you really wanted Shiv to not feel like a frontline and you wanted him to be a spirit nuker, you could build full spirit Shiv. You just have to rely on the knives and you have to deal with Dispel Magic meta. So to be fair, you think that they're buffing Dash Shiv? No, I'm not saying nerfing in overall. I'm saying that it's being nerfed in the spirit scaling. Like, because you're saying he's a hybrid now. All I'm saying is that when it comes to, like, building full spirit Shiv, they're nerfing full spirit Dash Shiv. Now you have to hybrid the Dash Shiv. Does that make sense? But just making his knives and dash not mesh as well. Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like, if you wanted to go full spirit Shiv, you would have to play knife Shiv because they've taken that away from Dash Shiv. If you want to play Shiv and just do a lot of damage, you're going to have to give in to the hybrid meta. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Hopefully that made sense. I feel like it didn't come across the right way the first time because you guys were very confused. That's what it sounds like. Less empty space between crows, especially when the target is further away. Samurai, I think you're onto something there with Vindicta's crows and what they're trying to do here. Okay, assassinate max bonus damage spirit scaling increased. I love this. I think Vindicta should be so heavily rewarded for assassinate, but I think they should do something to where it has to be a headshot. So like if you assassinate with the headshot, not just like they were super low and you killed them with damage to the body, but if you hit a headshot, like Widowmaker or whatever in Overwatch, that you should get like even more bonuses, like golden statue buffs or something. I don't know. Like think of that. But I think you should be mega rewarded for skill shot and Vindicta. But I like that they're at least increasing the scaling on her ult because it's going to make it easier for those assassinates, but whatever. Anyway, The thing is, you have to build both. Knife runs out pretty quick, and you're single target damage. Yeah, that's what I'm saying, Pax fan. Like, if you wanted to build, like, I want to be Spirit Shiv, I don't want to be a frontline, and you're going, like, full Spirit, supposedly, it's going to be knife build, right? Like, you're not going to be doing damage with Dash. Dash doesn't work as well in 1v1s. Shiv gets to use his M2 in 1v1s now as an actual damage and mobility tool. His playstyle just shifted. We're going to see how it changes. I mean, Shiv wasn't in a great spot before. So the changes to him, I actually don't know, Pact fan, that Shiv moved up or down in a tier list. And maybe Lomain will disagree with me, and maybe we have to see more gameplay before we know. But I actually don't know that he moved up or down. His playstyle and build just changed drastically, is what it looks like. Bonus for headshots would make Vin cheaters even more annoying. I mean, that's probably true, Crabshack, but also, like, we can ban cheaters and whatever. But, like, Widowmaker, that's the same thing for Overwatch, right? Headshots were one-shot kill, and cheaters could have abused that, but, like, for those who actually use the skill and take advantage of it, it would be dope, in my opinion. I watched Cosmetical earlier. His M2 was chunking pretty hard, and he was behind. He was building Express Shot and tons of gun items, that's why. Yeah, I mean, I didn't see the gameplay. I don't know what you guys are talking about, but yeah. Okay, let's go on to Viscous. Splatter tier 3, spirit scaling reduced. Thank goodness. Puddle tier 3, increase the cooldown. Okay, so more puddle punches. Goo Ball tier 3 increased from +6 duration to +7. Oh, more Goo Ball meta. I actually like this. I like Viscous having more utility around his ult. I don't like him being an ult bot, but I do like more utility being around the bolt. I actually think this is like really balanced changes to Viscous. We'll see how it changes the meta, if at all. Viper, Screw Jab Dagger, tier 3, now also reduces charge delay from 4 seconds to 2 seconds. Viper, Slither, tier 3, spirit scaling increased from 0.6 to 0.8. Wait, spirit scaling increased on Slither. Is that the shields that they're referring to? Okay. Viper, Screw Jab Dagger, now also reduces charge delay. Okay, so more daggers and the shields, whatever. Okay, bullet damage on Warden per boon reduced. That's probably necessary. I don't know if that much is necessary, but we'll see. Willpower tier 2 increased, so it gets more of a cooldown, and spirit scaling was increased on willpower. I actually like this. It's a unique mechanic to Warden, and I feel like it should be a little bit stronger. This might be enough, but we'll see. Guys, we made it through the minor update, but unfortunately now we have to download the next one. Whatever the next one is. So, yeah. Alright. Well, now we know PactFan's changing his main to McGinnis, and, Shiv players are pissed about the movement. Okay, I wonder if anything actually changed in that update, or if it was just, like, some bug was going on and they just had to do a small shadow update. I doubt it's, like, major, but we'll see. Does the movement not feel that different? It's just dash? Well, yes, but infinite sliding is the same, though. Yeah, but then you have to be, like... It's going to be way more punished out of, like, the air. Like, when you have to right-click mid-air and you can't be taking advantage of infinite ammo, it's going to take way more of your ammo capacity to get away with that garbage. So you're going to have to reload more often, meaning you won't get the same distance, right? Like, it's a nerf to the movement overall, especially verticality. At least from what I understand about it. And wall bounces, that's another good example, yeah. Well, I guess that is exactly what I was talking about when I said verticality, but yeah. Okay.
I don't have time to be scared. My family is counting on me.
You guys, this is crazy. So we now have Earn being a single player buff. We've got Rift. Apollo got a bunch of buffs. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be very, very interesting. Okay. Shiv gets to build Spirit Snatch now. It actually was pretty common that he would build Spirit Strike, no? But maybe they're gonna full upgrade to Spirit Snatch too. We'll see. Alright, nice. Patch day. Glad we went through the notes. You guys got to see my genuine reaction. Although I feel like I didn't really react a whole lot because, you know, whatever. But I am glad to see the page changes. I mean, heck yeah. Okay. For coaching. Let's take a look here. His damage amp is interesting. It's a debuff instead of a self buff. Wait, are you talking about Shiv? Slice and Dice changed from minus 6% spirit resist to plus 4% damage amp. Alright. I'll do it.
There's a lot of scary things out there, kid. I'm just scarier.
That's... Wait. I need the... Oh, damage amp. And then we get more if I go tier 2. I don't know if it's a damage amp for his whole team either.
Try to keep up.
We would have to have somebody test that.
Come on.
Well, it's most certainly a damage amp for him. I just don't know if it's going to affect his team or not. With how his shred worked before, I feel like it's full team damage amp to compensate. I would imagine that's the case. But I would have to test it thoroughly or see it in action to know for sure.
Hey, let's see. Got my King Arthur, got my
Okay.
Night's Dream, got my Wuthering Heights. I mean, that one's probably
Ladies
less useful,
and
but you never know
gentlemen.
when you'll need a Byronic hero for something romantic yet dangerous.
Let's take a look here. I wanted to do some... Well, actually, does anybody have any coaching they want to send my way? Because I have only one live coaching or one coaching request. And it's a live coaching request, which I didn't want to do today. So we're planning on doing it later in the week. Which means I don't have any VOD reviews that are like ready for me right this second. Except for Heather's drunk VOD review. I haven't seen her join the chat, so I don't know if she's here. But Heather did have a drunk VOD review that she wanted me to do while she was completely wasted and got MVP. So we can do that one today, because I said we'd do it today. So when she's here, we can do that. But until then, I can take anybody's VOD review, or we can do pro VOD reviews. Yeah. Spirit Snatch was very common before on Shiv. Although it was more... I don't know how many people actually fully upgraded to Spirit Snatch. Maybe it was really common, but Spirit Strike was like almost a must-have. My only game so far has been against a cheater. Oh no. That's terrible. You know what's crazy is in my entire Deadlock career, in like literally over 1,000 hours of playing the game, I think I've only gone up against 2 cheaters. 2. Not bad. Not bad at all. I got second most damage too. Nice. I think this was your second. Oh, okay, nice. Yeah, I mean, there's actually not a ton of cheaters, it seems. At least not in Eternus. Maybe there are more cheaters in lower elo because they're like, I suck at the game. I can fix that here. .exe. He was doing so much damage on Ven. Oh, okay. Yeah, I can only imagine. I think the cheaters that get away with the most, or not necessarily get away with the most, but get the most value are M1s and like Vindicta because of the snipes. So it's just like, what can you do against him? Because in a hypothetical world, like in a real hypothetical, Vindicta's actually like the strongest M1 hero ever if you hit enough snipes over the course of game. But it's like in a vacuum, you know what I mean? Like outside of this perfect scenario, there's nobody that can scale like her with weapon damage and snipes and whatnot. But you would have to hit every single skill shot on every single player throughout the entire game. So like that's why I said in a vacuum. But yeah, the Vindicta cheaters kill me. Honestly, I'd be down to watch you play with the new changes. Oh, dude, I am not playing today. That's simply not happening. I didn't think he was full cheating because he missed his first shot with ult in lane. Well, you know, he's got to sell it, you know. He's got to be like, oh no, I missed the one that doesn't do any damage. Oh no, I missed the second one that barely does any damage anyway. Oh, I hit the third one that does the true pure damage crap that kills everybody. You know, he's probably just selling his fake. Doesn't toggle every single shot. I really want to see Asu play this game. If you guys know Asu from Apex Legends, that guy's tracking is actually inhuman. I would love to see him play like Wraith or Haze or Infernus or something and just watch him track somebody's head as they dash and jump through the air. It'd be insane. The guy's just too good at the video game. Any video game that he plays, it seems. At Coach Blayton, maybe he's just that good. Here, let me show you guys what PactFan just sent in the Discord. Let's watch this clip really quick. Okay, so this is Venator, Marco. Wait, who are you in this clip, PactFan? That's how watching Zergy feels. His tracking feels nuts. Zergy is really good, but believe it or not, Asu is better. And not just like a little bit. Like Asu, I kid you not, I kid you not, just go look up Asu clips on YouTube. Any game, any shooter game, just go watch him play it and look at his tracking. The guy is insane. Well, I haven't pressed play, but wait, do we have audio? Let me know if you guys can hear this. Can you hear it?
Good job. Good job.
We need to keep this up.
I mean, it is entirely possible that he is hacking, but I will say it looks like he has really low DPI and that he just had like a moment of strong tracking because you were moving in a straight line there and then you were slowed from what's the Arctic Blast tier 2 that I can't, Cold Front?
Keep this up.
I don't know. That clip for me is inconclusive. It's possible. We would need more clips. That clip is inconclusive for me. I think that clip was just like, I could see somebody actually doing that. I doubt I'm doing it in your elo, but it's possible. Usually it's a little bit easier because they're snappier. His DPI was so low that he wasn't as snappy as cheaters normally would be. That's all headshots? Well, if every single one of those bullets is headshots, that's a little bit more on the suspicious side for sure. What were we watching? Venator cheating? Yeah, that was a clip that PactFan sent in the Discord just now, and PactFan was the shiv in that video, and that Venator was just tracking his head perfectly. If all of those bullets were headshots, then I'm a little bit more convinced it's cheating. It just looked like he was tracking you, though. But if they were all headshots, then yeah. Maybe Zergy on an alt. Yeah, you just got Zergy on his Ascendant alt. You can send game... Yeah, send the game code. Let's do a cheater investigation, and we're going to watch it from Venator's perspective. Send it my way. Here we go. That's what we'll start the day off with. We'll do some Sherlock Blayton and I need you know how the burnt peanut has like different outfits that he puts on? I need that for Coach Blayton. Like right now I need the Sherlock Holmes hat on Coach Blayton. You know what I mean? That'd be sick. Yeah, it didn't feel whippy enough, but I could be wrong. He seemed to only hit you when you were slowed and walking. That's what I'm saying. But also, if every single bullet was headshots, that's wild. Well, let's take a look. Dang, he wasn't even MVP or key player. That's tough. That is tough. Would you use a VT avatar ever? So I considered it, but the problem is I don't really have any desire for the full VT avatar because I don't know what it would actually change. Like when I originally was setting this up, I wanted to be a PNG tuber. Like I wanted it to just be the PNG of the otter. So I don't know. Like true tracking. Yeah, I mean maybe. So the only thing that I don't like about my current setup is there are moments like, so for example, I watch the Burnt Peanut all the time because I think he's absolutely hilarious. But I didn't want to be a VTuber, so I didn't have like any desire to like copy his setup or anything like some people are doing. But one of the things that I do love about his setup is he can look you guys straight in the eyes with the camera, and he'll just look at his viewers and you just see him look at you. And when he's staring straight into the camera and he's like looking all suspicious or guilty or something, that floors me. And I wish I could look at you guys that way, because there are times like yesterday when we were doing Bullets VOD review and I was looking him in the eyes through my screen because of the holiday barrels he was throwing at his own teammates. Those are moments that I wish I had like that kind of tracking. But I don't think a VTuber would pull that off. I think I would have to like more copy the Burnt Peanut setup. Does that make sense? If there was some sort of middle ground between what I had and being able to look you guys straight in the eyes, I would probably figure that out. I come back with in-game results of the patch. People still flock to the urn even if it's only 1k souls. In what elo, Shelly? What rank are you? I'm curious to hear back. Pact Fan was a key player, chat. Good try. Good on ya. Was this your first game back from the new patch, Pact Fan? Oracle, you said, Shelly? Interesting. Okay. Here we go. This is today before patch. Oh, right before the patch. Okay. What did I just do? I guess to answer your question more fully, Crab Shack, is yes, I guess I would consider VTuber like a full VTube avatar, but I haven't really done enough like looking into it to see if it would be worth it. Oh no! I have a feeling because it's an old clip, it's gonna bug out and it's not gonna allow us to do it. It literally just crashed my Deadlock. VODs before the patch usually get mega screwed up, which is a problem for me. Because it means that Tuesdays on major patches, we're gonna struggle to do pro VOD reviews or any VOD reviews. Yeah. Yep, the patch broke the VOD. We had this issue when they changed the urn like 3 times. I had to have students send me like 18,000 VODs to try and find one that was the most recent iteration of the freaking urn, because they were just changing it every other day. It was a miserable time to be doing VOD reviews. We may be straight out of luck. I mean, we might just be SOL with VOD reviews today because of the minor patch. And actually, it might work to my advantage because I'm super freaking tired today, so I wasn't planning on doing a long stream anyway. But I'm just happy I have copium for my dagger haze. It's true. I was thinking about that when I read the patch. I was like, hey, dagger buffs. Shelly's gonna be happy. Oh, that's funny. Okay. We could host a different stream. Like, we could just watch a pro player play, but let me take a look here. Yeah, the cheater VOD isn't going to go well because of the craziness that is patch day with Deadlock. Let's see here. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second. Also, I have been unable to find. I need you guys to do research for me. Apparently, I'm too dumb to figure this out. I am unable to find a way so that our chat log on the left side of the overlay, like left side of the screen, includes chats from every single platform. Because right now it's only Twitch chatters that get shown up on that side. So like yesterday when we were talking to both Twitch and YouTube chatters, and like this morning when I have a Kick chatter, you guys won't see that. And I don't know how to combine it. I haven't been able to find out a way. You guys gotta figure it out for me. I asked Gemini yesterday, and I was gonna see if AI had a way, but I also don't trust AI because half their answers are like incredibly wrong, or just like completely uninformed, it feels like. But apparently there's a way to achieve it. They're convinced there's a way to achieve it with the chat box that I have in the overlay. I'll have to figure that out. Okay, our VOD's broken again from new changes. Yes, Samurai, it seems that way. We just tried to watch a VOD from before the patch, even today, like 6 hours ago, and it broke. I sent another clip in general. It slowed. Okay, Paxfan, we'll take a look at that. I also noticed that people overvalue the Rift greatly. I would say it's gonna be the most important objective outside of mid-boss, like the urn was before. So I don't know that it's gonna be necessarily overvalued, but I will say if you're trading it for walkers, you're probably trolling. So it just depends. But those extra minions will siege objectives for sure. It cannot be ignored. So like if you're gonna give the Rift, you definitely have to make sure you're paying attention and not you're not just letting those minions walk up. That's for sure. Is the chat on the side through a program or through Twitch? The chat on the side is through Stream Elements. It's an overlay. But it seems like it's an overlay only through my Twitch login, for whatever that's worth. And when I duplicate it over to YouTube, it seems to only duplicate the chat like widget over to YouTube. So if you were to watch the stream through YouTube, you can see the chat overlay, but it's still only Twitch chatters. Does that make sense? Like YouTube chatters still aren't showing up over there. Like through OBS or something. It's Stream Elements Live, so it's combined into OBS, if that makes sense. But yeah. People just drop everything for it, though. It leaves a lot of room for cross-map plays. I mean, that's always been the case, Shelly. With any objective on the map, you're always going to be dealing with that. Like, people would do it for Urn, too, right? Even the Koth Urn that we've been dealing with, people would give up the other side of the map, and we would trade walkers for Urn. That's how we would take a positive trade. So, it's going to be the same thing. I don't think that's actually going to change anything. You may only be noticing it now, but I don't think that's actually changing, at least not at the highest elo. From what I found, you have to use an aggregator to combine the chats, then overlay them. The popular one seems to be Social Stream Ninja, but they cost money. Well, I wouldn't mind paying necessarily, but I have a multi-chat for me in OBS is all aggregate, right? I have an amalgamation of every single platform in one place. So Twitch, YouTube, and Kick, all of you show up in one multi-chat for me as the broadcaster. But for the sake of the widget, it's only Twitch for whatever reason. Well, I didn't mean walkers, I meant I got shrines. Well, that's just a macro failure of Oracle players, which is understandable. I mean, Oracle players are interesting. Oracle is actually probably the weirdest rank ever. It is, when my brother was in Oracle and I was in Phantom and we were ranking up together, it was miserable. Oracle is like the epitome of plat chat. You guys know what I mean when I say plat chat? If you've ever been in any other game with the rank platinum, and they're the people who get just good enough at the game where their ego to skill ratio is at its maximum width. You know what I mean? It is just absolute misery. You can't help them ever in game, right? If they come to you for coaching, it's different. But like if I'm in a game with Oracle players, they do not listen. Ego to skill ratio is the largest in plat chat, and that in this game so far is Oracle, hands down. It is. There's no debate whatsoever. I would have to do some research. You said it's stream elements that is overlaying the chat. Yes, Samurai, it is. So I have stream elements that created the overlay, and then I've combined stream elements with OBS using their stream elements live, so se.live, and that's what's got us working so far. If you figure that out for me. Like I said, it's just my first experience. Yeah. But hey, I implemented your suggestions on pre-comming and whatnot. There you go. I'm glad it worked out. It is the only way I have found to guide people in the right direction is pre-comming, for sure. That'll help a lot. That's champion in Rocket League. I never played Rocket League, but I'll take your word for it. Plat chat is the same across all games. You just have to identify which rank it actually is, and it is misery. It's terrible. In Valorant, it was actually platinum, right? Go figure. But it was platinum. That was the most miserable rank for me to get through on my way to Radiant, which is the highest level in Valorant. I actually don't know what it was in Smite. I'm trying to think. Like, on our way to Masters level, because my brother and I were, like, high Diamonds, low Masters in duo lane. I was support and he was ADC. But we didn't spend a whole lot of time in, like, Gold and Plat. So I don't remember if it was as miserable. Maybe we just muted everybody, which is honestly common. I mute everybody in Counter-Strike too when I play. I literally play with no voice comms when I play Premier. I don't even care. I just do my thing. Had to make a conscious effort to call things ahead of time, but I'm sure it'll become easier the more I do it. It will. Yeah, Shelly. It's almost a muscle that you're exercising for sure. To be able to be in a team fight and kind of extricate the micro and turn it into macro in the middle of a fight and be able to pre-com prior to a kill. It's a muscle. All right, you guys, what are we doing? We can't check for, oh, hold up 1 second. Let me check this clip. We got another clip from PaxFan in the Discord and it's slowed down. Let's go ahead and watch it. This is Sherlock Blayton back in here. We're going to take a look at Cheater Venator. You guys see if it's cheating. Those aren't all headshots, are they? That doesn't look like all headshots to me. I mean, it does look like cheating, but it doesn't look like all headshots. They look like soft hacks to me. You guys know what soft hacks are? Like soft aimbot, where it does like a percentage of headshots and then a percentage of body shots. Like they can change it, so only like 60% are headshots or whatever, so it doesn't look as bad as cheating. But yeah, the tracking is either perfect or true. I'm just thinking he doesn't miss a single shot. That's the sketchy part. Although, go watch Asu, and it looks pretty similar. I'm not gonna lie. I just don't think Asu's in your game. It was a new account. Yeah, that's always super sus. I mean, he could be just ranking up. It could be trying to find his elo. I don't know. I guess I'm just defending a cheater probably, but whatever. Tried to send a YouTube link, found something that is supposed to work. It was kind of mesmerizing. Oh, sorry, Samurai, you said, let me check this. Hold up. Okay, how to combine multi-stream chat for free? Is this for the observer or for the viewers though? Because every single piece of information I've found, it's for the observer, and I've already got that. New account is the giveaway. That's a cheater. I mean, it probably is. Sorry, Shelly. You said it was kind of mesmerizing how quickly everyone left their base after dropping the patron when I usually get at least 2 stragglers not realizing what's going on. Wait, why do I don't understand your... It was kind of mesmerizing how quickly everyone left their base after dropping the patron, when I usually get at least 2 stragglers not realizing what's going on. Do you mean you usually get kills in the enemy, like at enemy patron? Heather, how's it going? How are you doing? Heather, I have bad news. Do you want the bad news or no news at all? Because I don't have 2 news to give. Actually, I do have 2. I just came up with the second one. The second one, you're banned. First one, though, is there was a major patch that came out today and changed a lot of the game. And what that means is that all VODs from before the patch are broken. So we're not going to be able to do your drunk VOD review. It's not going to happen. Yeah. My team left the enemy base in a coordinated fashion is what I mean. Oh, okay, so your team left the enemy patron. I see what you mean. I see what you mean. See, I knew we should have done it yesterday. You're right. I stand corrected. We should have done it yesterday. I apologize. Banned. It was so good. What you'll have to do. Oh, actually, you probably can't do it because the VOD's broken. I was like, you'll have to record it using some different software, but in order to do that, you'd probably have to rewatch your own VOD, which is now going to be broken. So yeah, it might be lost forever. Yeah, watch that link, Bladen. It has the answer you want. Should we watch it together? Can we just fix this together live on stream? Can you guys help me deal with this garbage? Am I gonna get targeted ads on, like, some sussy stuff? Oh, hold
You're
up.
multi-streaming, so that way you can read it on your second monitor, display it to your viewers, and do whatever else you want with it.
Yeah,
This
display it to your
multi-chat includes
viewers.
TikTok, thank God. I don't know why it's so hard to find one that does. Something with the API key? I don't know. But this one includes TikTok, Twitch, Kick, YouTube, everything you're gonna need. So let's jump in. The tool that we'll be using is by Caster Labs, which I'll leave linked in the description down below.
Wait, linked in the description. Everybody chill out. Everybody chill out. Hold up. What did I just do? Let me pull it up on my other monitor really fast. Sorry, I have to kick you guys off the YouTube video for a second, but okay, Caster Labs. All right, let me throw it on this monitor and then we'll go back to the video. You guys are along for the ride today. He said he wasn't sponsored. Watch 5 more seconds. Why cheat if you can pre-com? It's like a mind hack on your team. Exactly, Shelly. It's literally mind hacks, but for free. Combine the chats on screen how you want. Let's go ahead and take a look here.
Luckily, they did not sponsor this video, so I can take a dump on their product if I want to. But basically, just follow the link in the description. You're going to hit the
Okay.
download for Windows button. I don't see a Mac option, so I guess if you're on Mac, you can take this Bean Boozle canister and shove it up your... But after you're done downloading it, you can run the installation process and open it. And by the way, this will work for OBS Studio, Streamlabs, or wherever you want to import it to. If we look on the left-hand side here, we got the dashboard, which isn't showing anything right now. We got chatbot, if you want to use the chatbot stuff, I guess. We got widgets and alerts.
We're
which I'm not
installing it.
talking about. Docs for
We're
later. Gonna focus on the settings because we need to connect all of our accounts for the multi-chat.
Multitasking,
So we're gonna go to
kind of.
settings, and then right next to appearance is going to be accounts, and this is where you're going to link all of the accounts you want to have your multi-chat.
Okay, hold up. That's too many. There's too many steps. Hold up. Somebody chill out. Wait, is this it? Did it just open for me? Why does it? Oh no, that's not it. Hold up. Okay. Oh, that's not good. What in the... Where did it go? I tried to... Okay. Give me a second, you guys. Caster Labs is killing me. Can't even download it. Well, I downloaded it and installed it, but now it's like... not downloaded. Okay. We're gonna try again. Hello, Coach Blayton. Hey guys, Allison, that's my mom. Say hi to Coach Blayton's mom. Okay, because cheaters are usually antisocial losers. True. I don't think that's particularly related. Wait, Shelly, what were you saying is not particularly related? Crabshack says, okay, that is not a swear word. Why am I being silenced? Guys, I forgot to go in on the stream elements and let like the LMFAOs and stuff all the way through. We need to fix it. But Heather's here. Heather can mod and let you guys say rolling on the floor laughing. It knows you're trying to troll in your heart. Yeah. Caught red-handed. Just saying. That's Mama Blatant right there. Yep. I don't like othering random people. I don't know, including cheaters. That's what I meant. I don't like othering? I feel like that's missing a letter. Bothering? Smothering? What am I missing here? Okay, hold up. Sorry, let me go back to this Caster Labs. Let me see if we can open it up. Okay. You know what'd be really funny? Is if Samurai sent me this just because he knows it's a well-known hacker application that's gonna now screw me up. That would be rude, Samurai. Big rude. Oh, othering as in outcasting them. Oh, I see. Yeah, generalizing them as lol bad. But for cheaters, it's acceptable. Bad people can be called out for being bad people. Plot twist, I'm sponsored by Caster Labs. Yeah, we're definitely making you money right now, for sure. By downloading this. Okay. Settings, accounts. We're going to connect to the YouTube now. All right, success. We're gonna connect to Kick now. Success. All right, you guys, it's coming along nicely over here. Okay, now we need to keep watching the video.
So you can see that I've connected my Twitch account, my Kick account, my TikTok account, and then you can also do Trovo, YouTube, DLive, whatever else. So after you've connected all of your streaming services to Caster Labs to be able to get the actual chats, then you'll be able to go to the dashboard over here. And then if you look at the very bottom now, you'll see that you have Twitch, TikTok.
Hashir, welcome to the chats. Hello, hello. Their loser thing just rubs me the wrong way. Automod, you smell. You guys, I'm sorry, the Automod. Heather's here. Just rely on Heather to help you. Your message might not get through the first time. If people have such little courtesy for others to cheat in a video game, it's safe to assume they're generally discourteous people elsewhere. I mean, it's a pretty big generalization. Here, I actually have a super hot take on this. Do you guys want to get deep for a second? Okay, so this is probably something that most people would like very much disagree with, but I'm the kind of person that looks at it like, I have to be careful about how I word this actually. Coach Deepton. Yeah, here we go. So I'm the kind of person that like, I try really hard not to antagonize somebody based on their worst mistakes. So like, just because I've seen like what is clearly obviously a bad side of them. So like, let's take cheaters, for example, so it doesn't get like too political or something. But like, if we take a cheater, for example, this is, for all I know, this is them at their worst. So for me to judge them based on their worst is probably not fair. And I think I only say that because, like, if people were to judge me at my worst, that would be really bad. So, I don't know. Like, I hate cheaters in general, or I hate the concepts behind it, but I don't think that means I hate the person. Does that make sense? Like, I hate that cheating is available, and I hate the decision that they made to cheat, and I hate that they were discourteous, but I don't hate them, right? Like, that guy's, like, got a family, he's got friends, he's got people that love him. So, like, if I knew him at his best, like, maybe we could be friends, and I wouldn't know that. But if I should, like, antagonize him or judge him based on his worst, or, like, based on his mistakes, like, I've got friends who have made some pretty terrible mistakes, but I still love them. You know what I mean? And so I'm not saying, like, I don't know. Like, I guess it's really nuanced, but anyway, that's my hot take. Hopefully that came across well. Heather is on it. She's, like, the bestest mod ever. Yeah, Heather's on it, you guys. She is gonna let your messages through when Automod stops it, because Automod is Automod won't even let you say LMAO, which is crazy. We do try and keep it family friendly, but LMAO is pretty acceptable. Also, sorry for the paused video. Me too. I never roast anyone because they might be like 15. That's the other thing that's like really I struggle with, because there was a time when I was trolling somebody online and I was like getting under their skin because I was being all cynical and like sadistic, and like I was just enjoying their pain of being trolled by me. And I do enjoy that in general, like trolling people. And then I found out it was literally like a 13-year-old kid, and I was like, okay, I'm actually just bullying a minor at this point. So like you have to be really careful, because this could happen. You know what I mean? I was mostly speaking in jest anyways, not trying to actually make a value judgment on a person. Oh, I know, Crabshack. I don't think anybody here is judging anybody else. All I'm saying is this is my hot take on the whole subject. Like, there's a really good example I could have given a couple of weeks ago, but now I can't remember what the scenario was. Oh, like there was like a bunch of drama around Metro. Does everybody know what I'm referring to without bringing up specific trigger words? Is everybody familiar? If you're not, you could probably find it pretty easily. Okay, so there was like a bunch of Metro drama. You can look it up. So anyway, I don't like hate Metro or think he should be like ostracized because of the mistake he made, we'll call it. Or even if it wasn't, even if it was intentional, okay, even if it was intentional, if it was like some really nasty thing, I don't hate him for it. I just hate what he did, and I don't necessarily agree with what he did. I would never support it, but as a person, I don't think I should hate him. Does that make sense? That's the separation. Is like, there's a quote. I'm religious. You don't have to be religious, but the underlying message is what I want you guys to get. Is there's this quote that we have where it's like, Satan knows your name, but calls you by your sin, and God knows your sin, but calls you by your name. You understand what it's trying to say there, right? Like, just because I know that somebody did like some really awful things doesn't mean that I can't be kind to them or that I can't love them, right? I can hate what they did. I can hate their action, but I don't have to hate the person that made the action. Not all the time, anyway. Does this make sense? Anyway, going on. Shelly said, this person is probably 15 and has no idea how to socialize revelation is something else to witness in someone else. Yeah, good point, Shelly. Samurai earlier said, someone being a loser and hating them are two different things. It's actions that make people quote-unquote losers, and actively cheating in a game with no rank and absolutely nothing on the line kind of fits into that category. Heather said, read a little deeper into my message. The caps, hashtag trolling Coach Blatant, hashtag trolling era. Somebody ban Heather. Moving on. Samurai says, being antisocial doesn't make someone a loser. Cheating in a game at the cost of 6 to 11 other people's enjoyment for your own personal enjoyment does. So, Samurai, the way that I would disagree with you there is I'm not saying it makes them a loser. Like, it doesn't make the person a certain thing, necessarily. I mean, maybe it does, maybe it doesn't. But I am going to say it is definitely a loser behavior or action. and I hate the action that they took. Does that make sense? I'm banning Heather now as we speak. Thank you, Crabshack. I'm glad you're on it. Heather says, nope, he's good. Thank you, Heather. I don't need a website, Hashir. Appreciate it. Let me keep watching this so I can get everybody on the Twitch doc
Also,
widget
make sure to
thingy.
keep Caster Labs open and running whenever you're streaming. Otherwise, your chat will not show up in OBS Streamlabs or your stream. So make sure Caster Labs is open and running whenever you're streaming.
Caster Labs has to be
Essentially,
open
this
and
right
running,
here
you
is gonna
guys.
be
We
our
learned a thing.
multi-chat. So now if we want to import this into OBS Studio and Streamlabs, we need to go to the docs section, and then we're going to click on Stream Chat, which is going to copy that link to our clipboard. So now we need to import it into OBS first, and then I'll show you Streamlabs right after. For OBS users, you're going to go to the top where it says Docs, and then we're going to do Custom Browser Docs, and then we're just going to call this multi-chat, and then the URL, we're going to copy paste that URL link and then hit apply, and then now we have our multi-chat here, which you can just drag and dock somewhere else. And then if you're on Streamlabs, all you got to do is click this little button on the left hand side here, and then you'll be able to choose a layout, and then you're going to drag the website option on one of these spaces, and then you're going to
Okay. Hold up. Wait, let me take off Deadlock too, so you guys can just see blackness. Okay, I'm actually really nervous to do this, because then I'm gonna get like, wait. This is like... Wait, how did he dock this? What did I miss?
If we want to import this into OBS users, you're going to go to the top where it says Docs, and then we're going to do Custom Browser Docs, and then we're just going to call this multi-chat, and then the URL, we're going to copy
and then hit apply.
link, and then hit apply, and then now we have our multi-chat here, which you can just drag and dock somewhere else.
Wait, but this is for me. Okay, so we have to keep going then.
Streamlabs, all you got to do is click this little button on the left-hand side here, and then you'll be able to choose a layout, and then you're going to drag the website option on one of these spaces.
This patch finally makes bridge buffs and mid-boss win games. Heather, did you hear that? Shelly, say that again. I don't think the people in the back heard you. Shelly, I don't think the people in the back heard... Shelly, can you speak up and say that again really quick for me? Yeah, thank you. Heather has been banned by Crabshack for being so awesome. Something's not right. Samurai said that fits. It's loser behavior. Samurai, that's what I'm getting at, right? There's a difference between, like, being a loser and loser behavior, right? Like, I think all of us do something that's like loser behavior at least once a year. You know what I mean? For me, it's like daily, right? But like, does that make me a loser? Maybe. I don't know. That's up for you guys to decide. Crabshack says, you're welcome, coach. Thanks, Crabshack. You got it. Shelly spoke up here, said bridge buffs and mid-boss win games. They win games. Okay. Shelly also said, I like how complicated this all is for just being a display of an HTML web page. Well, here's the thing is I don't understand how he's docking it so that you guys can see. Okay, wait, I don't actually care about this part. Here we go. One second.
Before we customize this, I want to show you how you can add it over your stream so your viewers can see it like I had it in my stream. All you gotta do is add a new source.
Okay.
And you're gonna use a browser source. We'll
browser source.
Multi-chat in all caps. So
I'm gonna call it multi-chat.
And then we're gonna get rid of this URL and we're gonna copy and paste that same URL we did for this one. And then you can make the height and width here, so that way the chat doesn't get cut off.
Oh. Okay, wait. Guys, wait. Guys, wait. Wait, why does it say send a message? We gotta be able to edit this somehow. This is too wide. This is, but it's something. There's gotta be a way that I can edit this more though. Filters. Okay, wait. I've got an idea. Now that we have this, we're gonna make it invisible, and then I will fix it off stream. That's my plan. But huge. W to Samurai. W's for Samurai figuring this out for us. Especially so I didn't have to on a day when I'm freaking exhausted. But we did figure it out. Let me make sure. Yeah, there's got to be a way to make it transparent and then, like, narrower for sure. But yeah, Samurai, W's. Because yesterday, I think it was Heather that asked yesterday, she's like, I wish we could see all the chats. Because I was talking to some of the YouTube chatters, and then the rest of the Twitch chatters were like, huh? What? Who? Okay, Shelly has been banned for spreading misinformation about bridge buffs and mid-boss. Time her out. Shelly said, I counter your ban with my bridge buff boosted sword parry. Oh my gosh. I disagree. I never admit loser behavior. I'm literally perfect. Don't listen to what Crab says about that. He's a liar. All right. Samurai's perfect. Noted. Somebody change his name to Samurai Perfect instead of Samurai Funk. Hopefully you can make it transparent. I'm sure you can. I will definitely figure it out off stream. And hopefully next time we're on stream, you guys will have a chat looking almost exactly the same, but with everybody involved. And the reason that I want to do this so bad is because I don't want to fall into the Ido trap. Do you guys know what the Ido trap is? No shade to Ido, but I don't think he has ever read a YouTube chatter ever in his life. The guy only watches Twitch chat. I swear. Every time I'm in Ido's stream, the entire YouTube chat is like, Ido forgot about us. Ido doesn't read our messages. And Ido doesn't react to any of them. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe he's changed. Maybe I need to get back in his chat. Ido's the GOAT, but, you know, it's funny. Anyway, I counter your parry with a dynamo teleport. You guys, what is this role-playing I'm seeing right now? Does it only scale from the corner, not from the sides to squeeze smaller? It doesn't seem that way. You see this? This is from the side. Which is not bueno. But there may be a way to fix it. I don't know. We'll figure that out. I'm also still trying to get YouTube or not YouTube, TikTok approval for streaming there. We should be really, really close to being able to do it. So yeah, then we'll have TikTok as well. We'll have everybody. Okay. As much as I want to sit on a black screen some more, we got to do something. So, since I can't watch any VOD reviews that aren't brand new, what do you guys say we watch live pro VOD review, if possible? Does anybody have a specific person from Deadlock, like a professional player or high-rated player, that they would like me to review gameplay of? I've got Ido on right now, Crayon. I mean, I've got a bunch of people online, obviously. Got Metro, Vegas, Listic, SK. Alright, did all I can. If it needs some custom script or something, let me know. I'll dig into it and figure things out. I will let you know, Samurai. Thanks so much. Are you in the Discord, Samurai? If you're in the Discord, I'll probably just message you there off stream if I need to. You missed the part where I got both bridge buffs, making my cooldowns just low enough to follow you and secure the kill and mid-boss. You should find a random in-game and we watch them and guess the ranks. Okay, Heather. I'm down for that. We'll start with that, and then if anybody has a pro player that they want to watch, we can send that. But let's go ahead and send... Do you have a specific hero you would like to see? Because we can do a guess the rank of random heroes. Although in my experience, they tend to be, like, always Ascendant or Eternus. But I don't know. I've literally never seen an Initiate game live, for whatever reason. Like, it's just never happened. I know it's a difficult request with this game being so dynamic, but would you be willing to explain your understanding of roles/positions at some point? Oh, crab check. Okay, let me dive into this really quick. This is not a question I'm going to be able to answer quickly or simply, but I will do my best to make it concise because it's going to be like borderline a guide for me to answer this question in full. But there are actually hold up. We need a combination of things going on here. Give me 1 second. Okay. What just happened? There we go. To my knowledge, what in the... There are a few different roles in the game that are widely accepted. And most heroes fit into more than one, but are like primarily generalized as one hero. Okay. Yeah, that's why I added the at some point doesn't need to be today. No, we might as well get into it right here, and then we'll do guess some ranks, and then we're ending the stream in like probably an hour anyway. But let me get into this really quick. There's M1s or hyper carries. Why does one look weird? Whatever. There are supports, off supports. I actually want to do this in this order. There's off carries. There's frontline. This just keeps having to get bigger. There's spirit nukers. Is there and pick heroes? Okay. I think these are generally widely considered the main roles of Deadlock. Okay. Notes being notes again. Exactly. It is what it is. Okay. So if we go into this like a little bit further, we have like, oops. M1 hyper carries. These are the heroes that scale really well with gun damage in general. So, like, scale with gun damage. They're usually large ammo capacity / high fire rate. It's usually a combination of the two. Okay, but whatever. And then I don't know if I want to start listing heroes because they go into so many different groups. But maybe I'll give you a few so you have an idea, right? This is like Wraith. This can be Haze when played properly, although Haze is like not normally this way. This is Eternus, Venator, etc. Okay, those are like a few to think of. Then, that doesn't give me a vertical container. Here we go. We have off carries. Hopefully this is helpful or answering your question at all, but it's going to be a long answer. Off carries are usually scale with gun or spirit damage and will be potentially, oops, top damage if scaling properly. Okay. 2, don't need large ammo or high fire rate. This is like your Lady Geist. This is like your 7. This is like your Warden, etc. Okay, kind of ideas of like off carries. So these are people that can carry the game, but they're not like traditional M1s. Okay, there are a lot of arguments here, by the way. I just want to be clear. There are so many arguments that you can make to have like 7 in an M1 hypercarry spot, and that's like absolutely true. You can watch like Parzellian or Renon play 7, and they are not playing off carry 7 where it's like ult bot and you do a lot of damage with your orbs. It's like 100% based off of your this damage. His, oh my gosh, I can't be in here. Hold up. We can't look at abilities ever. Power Surge, that's the name of it. Anyway, bring the notes back. Here. Okay. But yes, anyway, in general, I'd probably throw him in an off carry because he can be played as like a spirit nuker as well, right? This is why there's a whole lot of nuance with Deadlock, and it makes it probably a very complicated MOBA for that reason. Okay, then there's supports. These are heroes that have Whoa! Not what I wanted. These are heroes that we have, like, high healing absorption, high control, generally fairly low damage. And then the heroes, think Paige, Rem, and Kelvin, etc. Primarily those three, actually. But obviously, the way you play a hero can change drastically, which makes Deadlock a lot of fun, actually, because you can play, like, Beam Kelvin or Gun Rem or Gun Page or whatever. But anyway, these are generalities, right? Then there's, like, off supports. Oops. Okay. I think somebody made a video on this, and I should probably just send it to you after I find it. Oh, another good idea with off carry. Sorry, let me give you another example so you understand what I mean. Mirage is another really good example of an off carry. Okay. Okay, off supports. This is like heroes that can function as supports, but it's clearly not the full design of their original kit. Okay. So usually high control, team-wide support outside of heals. And what I mean by this is, like, here's your examples. This is like your Doorman Door. This is like your Sinclair Bunnies. This is like your McGinnis Heal, right? McGinnis Heal or Dynamo when he's healing, etc. Okay, these are like your off supports. Ivy is another good example, although Ivy tends to be going more in this direction, but I'm going to put Ivy here as well. Ivy's like another good example, okay? Those are like off supports, or what I'm trying to convey as an off support, if that makes sense, okay? Then we have front lines. This is really simple, but they do go into other categories. Like, these heroes are not just confined here, but it's generally pretty simple. They play in the front line. Usually semi-high control combined with survivability. See, this is where it gets confusing, because Geist can be a quasi frontline, so she would also be here. But this is like your Mo and Krills, your Mohammed and Critlers, your Silver, your Abrams, Victor, etc. Okay, these are like your frontline heroes. Okay, there's more, just giving you an idea. Okay, then there's Spirit Nukers. These are generally heroes that have really nice spirit scaling. Okay, they're the people who are usually squishy but do a lot of damage. Another off carry would be like Mina, but she also goes in the Spirit Nuker category, right? So high spirit scaling for high spirit damage potential. Usually kind of squishy. And backline. Okay, so this is like, think your Minas. Oh, Shiv is another frontline that I'd put in there, but whatever. Think your Minas. Think your Celeste. Think your Pockets, except he can also be Glockets. Think your Graves, kind of. Think your Greytown, okay? Etc. These are like basic ideas, okay? And lastly, oh, awkward. If your hero wasn't mentioned here, hopefully you can figure out where they kind of go for the most part. But they also will probably go into several freaking categories. Okay. Lastly, we have pick heroes. These are heroes who have, let's say, I want to say specific CC that allows high kill secure from neighboring teammates. Okay? Oh no. We're going to have to make this one a little bit larger. Okay. Pick heroes is just a little bit larger than everything else. Don't mind that. 2, usually fairly low in... Well, actually, I don't want to say fairly low in damage. Let's say fairly low in split push capability. Objective damage. Generally, right? They're not doing anything other than, like, picking heroes off. So this is like, think your Paradox, think your Bebop, think your Holiday, etc. Okay, these are the heroes that initiate fights. It's also like The other form that you would use instead of pick heroes is like probably easier to apply to from other games. Like if you're bringing knowledge from other games, is initiators. So they initiate fights, but you can see how people will constantly go between these. Okay, I have a small amount of curiosity on how hard you would cringe at my Haze build. Probably not that hard. I see all kinds of garbage all the time. I play all kinds of garbage all the time. I will tell you, I tried playing Spirit Venator once off stream. That didn't go very well. I did less damage than the support page, but we learned very well that that doesn't work. Okay, the paradox with the bomb and wall melting a walker. Yeah, there's obviously exceptions to the rule. These are generalities, okay? Especially during that time when the paradox double bomb was like crazy scaling and she would melt walkers in like 3.5 seconds. That garbage was dumb. Another good Spirit Nuker that I want to add in here just for people to know is Lash, but Lash is also like turned into some sort of crazy off carry with like the gun meta and whatnot. So I think he's moving back into the Spirit Nuker meta, correct me if I'm wrong, but there was a time a couple weeks ago where he was like only built for gun, right? And then other hyper carries to keep in mind as I'm looking at the list over here is like Viper, and then another off carry would be like Vindicta, okay? So like just giving you an idea, but Vindicta also goes into like off support with Tether, and then she also goes into Spirit Nuker if you build her that way with Snipes, okay? So obviously there's like a ton of crossover. So if you were to ask me like any given hero, like I don't understand where they land. Like they're not in this list and I don't know where they land. It's probably because they fit in like 3 boxes. Like Doorman is an off support, can be an off carry, can be a Spirit Nuker, can be an initiator, okay? That's why he's broken. This is why he's like got 100% pick ban rate, because his kit inherently allows him to play like literally 4 different things, and it's super freaking annoying. And I'm not biased against Doorman at all, or venting, or need therapy. I'm just bringing this to your attention calmly. Okay? Anyway, moving on. I like Viper because you can just join a team fight from the complete opposite side and melt their backline. Nice. Yeah, that is a great example of an M1 hyper carry, is melting people. So yeah, like Calico is a really good example of a Spirit Nuker, even though she scales a little bit with melee damage, but maybe Spirit Nuker is like misleading. Maybe I should just say Nuker, but generally they tend to be Spirit scaling, so I'm just going to keep it that way, right? Because usually if you're a gun Nuker, you're an M1 hyper carry, but there's like no place for melee, but you know what I mean, right? Okay. Anyway, these are the roles in general of Deadlock, as complicated as they are. Now, to go on to the second portion of your question is, you were saying roles and positions of different heroes. I want to go a little bit into Burst Mage, maybe. Yeah, I mean, it doesn't really matter what we name this, as long as you understand it's like Spirit / melee. Okay? Like, no. We don't want that. We want like Spirit. Well, whatever. Spirit Nukers, it's staying. I can't think of anything else. Also, where did this arrow come from? I blame you guys, for sure. There we go. Okay. I want to go into a little bit on positions, on what you meant, or my interpretation of the question, and then you can tell me if I'm just like completely off base. But something that I think is important to cover when it comes to roles, because understanding what the role is actually doesn't help a lot with the gameplay all the time. So one, why you do that to me? Like, are you kidding me right now? Whatever. I'll change it in a second. One, or actually we'll just say M1 hyper carries. Side laners want to scale, need farm really bad. Positioning is behind front lines and with pick heroes in late game. Off carries, and maybe I already answered your question pretty much in full, but I'm gonna kind of go into this anyways. They're like hard to pin down. They're like assassins or something. I don't know. Yeah, I mean that assassins might be the better word for Spirit Nukers, because it's like and also junglers to some extent, but that's also initiators. Like, that's really weird. But anyway, off carries can side lane if there's only one other M1 on the team. Need farm. Are stronger in the mid game than M1 hyper carries, but still have great late game damage potential. Okay. They are usually the same position in fights as M1 hyper carries. However, okay, they're the same. You're playing with pick heroes and behind support or behind front lines. Supports. This is going to be complicated because it depends on the hero. Generally plays in the backline if squishy, think page, or next to frontline to give them the survivability boost they need to W key the enemy team. These are our Sinners Stealers, enemy Sinners. Okay, don't steal your own team Sinners all the time. Some of them are fine. Box Routers and Assist Acquirers. Okay, this is how you're getting your farm, is what I'm getting at. I should also add in here with the M1 hyper carries, very good at clearing camps and take advantage of that to clear tier 3s. Because tier 3s are a great source farm that very few roles can take advantage. Off supports usually have important utility beyond supporting that affects their playstyle. Think Dynamo ult as an initiation tactic. Initiation tactic. Yes. I like one-shotting the tier 1 camps at 2 minutes with Lash. Yeah, Spirit Nukers can nuke tier 1 and tier 2 camps for sure. Think Doorman Door for stealing Sinners or like, how do I want to put this? Or coordinated ganks on mid-boss contests, etc. Like, just little things that is like, their utility is an off support from healing and absorption. So like, I guess what I'm trying to emphasize here is that supports usually support with healing and absorption, either in their kit or their abilities, and they are heavily counter building. Okay? Heavily counter building. Let's see. Let me put that in here. Generally, heavy counter building. Off supports are not always heavy counter building. They're using their utility to support the team, like Sinclair Bunnies. Okay? Does that make sense? Doorman's Door is my ticket to do cartwheels around their walkers. Exactly. And they dominate all the walls. Somebody ban Heather. This is moderate counter building. Okay? That's what makes them an off support, is their utility does a lot of their counter building for them, or a lot of their supporting the team for them. Yes? Also, I'm going to do this. Is this helpful? Hopefully this increases readability. Front lines. Building lots of green items, resistances, and niche counter building. Think Phantom Strike or Colossus, etc. These are like things that you wouldn't see. Paige isn't going to be like, oh, I know how to counter a flyer. I'm going to build Phantom Strike. That's the front lines counter building. She builds, whatchamacallit? Knockdown. Okay. Want to have high survivability and the ability to peel. Ability to peel enemies off their backline. Okay, this is like the don't touch my backline, I shoulder charge you. This is the, oh, you thought you were gonna kill my page combo. This is the, oh, you thought you had time to press W instead of the S key? Yeah, my silver claws are shredding you. That's front lines, okay? You are playing side by side or in front of initiators to make it easier for them to land pick abilities, or to ensure that you're the target tanking the damage from the picked player / their supporting team. Does this make sense? Hopefully this is clear. Frontlines are generally pretty basic. We're going to say Spirit Nukers next. These are our rooftop assassins, our gankers, roamers, junglers, etc. High damage burst in general, and somewhat low survivability. They utilize positioning for survival more than any other tool. Very little counter building, and take advantage of their scaling to build heavily offensive items. This allows for short pick windows to turn into quick kills. Okay, they're the kind of person, they are unique to the backline because they're not always sitting in the backline. They will actually be on the front line. I will say this. Sometimes requires you to gank the front line while enemy is distracted by your frontliners. Okay, yes? I think playing Ivy is a good exercise in reading roles, since you need to decide who to use Kudzu connection with and who to give the plus 20% damage jump from your ult. Yeah, that's a good point. Frontline, or as I like to call them, ominously standing next to you heroes. Yeah, I actually just started learning Ivy yesterday, so that's great to hear. Yeah, it's a good take. I think Ivy is a good way to learn. I think supports in general are a good way to learn how the other players should be playing, because you'll see mistakes, like when Lash is frontlining and instantly dying, and you're like, oh, that must be dumb. Initiators. These heroes are also high gank frequency, constantly roaming, but not super high damage. They rely on team's damage to reach full potential of their pick ability. Think Bebop Hook or Holiday Lasso, or like old Holiday Lasso. Holiday now is just every role, or Paradoxal. Okay. Does anybody have any questions so far? Is this clear? Is this helpful at all? Hopefully this is going well. These are moderate to high counter builders and help off support with utility, but primarily play alongside front lines at the beginning of fights, then are forced to play back with Spirit Nukers. Okay, generally speaking, this is how it works. Does that make sense? Hopefully that helps and makes sense. Okay. This is my, as concise as I can make it, my answer to the different roles in the game and how they are generally played if you were just that one role. Okay, now where it gets complicated is like, where would you, let's do like an exercise on somebody that would be like in multiple roles. Where would you guys put Yamato, for example, after all we just went through? I need like what's that game music? The do 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 do. What's that from? Somebody help me. Off carry, probably frontline and Spirit Nuker. Missed this entire explanation. Yamato is Spirit Nuker, lol. So Yamato generally fits most into the category of Spirit Nuker, but she crosses over into Frontline. Sorry, my chat died. I agreed with Frontline Spirit Nuker. Hello, Bullet. Welcome in. Welcome in. So yes, generally speaking, Yamato scales with Spirit Nuker, but her survivability from her ult and the fact that she's just tethering onto everybody makes her also a Frontline. So she crosses over into both of these categories. So then the question is, how can these be played? Because sometimes it's like, well, these are kind of the opposite, right? This one's like backline, play safe, do lots of damage. And then this one is like up in their face using CC. Well, she's both in your face and doing a bunch of damage. And then she has to back up if she's getting low or no longer has her ult resistances or whatever, right? But in general, she's an in-your-face Spirit Nuker. It makes her very, very unique to most other Spirit Nukers, right? Yeah, Bullet definitely broke your chat. I completely agree. Bullet, we are talking Jeopardy. The music's from Jeopardy. Thank you, Shelly. Couldn't remember. Bullet, we had a question from Crabshack asking what were the different roles or positions in Deadlock and what exactly that entails. So I outlined like the 7 basic roles in Deadlock in generalities, gave examples of what those might look like and kind of a short description. And then I'm giving like overall play style, how they build, where they're positioned on the map, etc. I should add into Spirit Nukers, good at clearing tier 1 and tier 2 camps, but not tier 3s. Generally good at stealing enemy camps for that reason. Frontlines, you don't get farm. JK lol. It's mostly Sinners, boxes, and tier 1 camps. And assists. Oh, tier 1 camps. Tier 1 camps and assists. Usually your frontlines and your supports are the most poor on the team because they can get away with the least amount of money. I'll add that in there. Initiators normally tier 1, tier 2, and rarely tier 3 camps and boxes from roaming are your sources of money. Any Sinners are an added bonus, etc. So where does Pocket go? Samurai asked. So, oh no. 1 second, it's all ugly. Boop. Okay, I think that fixed it. Yeah. Pocket is primarily going to be in the Spirit Nuker and off-carry categories. So because he's Spirit Nuker / off-carry because sometimes he's like a Glocket. So I guess it depends on the build you're using because he can be drastically different. But you're primarily doing high burst damage in a short window. This is like the cloak case combo. But you're off-carrying because of your ultimate and your great late game damage and initiation as well a little bit with that. Although he's not a first initiator, he's usually a second initiator. Although he still falls in this category. But he's like the ult bot that comes in, Spirit Nukes, ults, which is initiating the fight kind of. And then that is what adds him into off carry. But that's like, he goes into a lot of roles. Another reason why he's pretty broken. Like Mo and Krill fits both frontline and pick hero. Exactly, Crabshack. He's actually one of the few that fits both frontline and pick hero is Mo and Krill. But yes, he is one of them. The 1 in 15 category, JK, sorry, Heather forced me to say that. Somebody time Bullet out. Pocket goes in busted except for Blatant. Yeah, unbelievable. Samurai said into initiators. If you're talking about Pocket still, Pocket does meld into initiator because of the ult, but he's usually not a first initiator. Waiting on that posture check. Wall domination category. You guys are killing me. Okay. Does anybody have any questions about any specific heroes that you'd like us to cover or go over? Right? Like, obviously, these are all, like, general ideas, but, like, Paradox and Holiday obviously both go in the Spirit Nuker category as well. Bebop kind of can, but Bebop generally is played more as an off-carry with gun, but then they nerfed it and made him more Spirit Nuker bomb again, so he's, like, he's really weird, but yeah. He's also kind of an off support because of his hook. So Bebop goes into several categories as well. It gets complicated. I'm still interested in your reaction to my Haze build. We'll take a look at your Haze build after. I want to make sure I answer all the questions here. But Crabshack, do you feel like your question was answered thoroughly enough? Do you feel like we went in depth enough for this to be helpful? Yes? Not particularly. I've just been having a hero crisis and deciding what I actually enjoy playing and excel at. You might want to start even higher level than this with micro, meso, and macro. What if I do this? What if we add a text? Yeah, here. You should ask yourself, what am I good at? Or what games have I been good at? Micro, meso, or macro? If you've been good at these games, oh, geez, if you've been good at these more often than not, jeez. Guys, I'm only Eternus. Everybody chill. Everybody chill. Okay, micro. These are M1s. These are sometimes your off carries and initiators. And this also does a lot of blending, unfortunately. I'm sorry. I'm aware of the M's. I did watch that video. Good. What is Meso? Never heard of that one. Meso is like the understanding of other people's abilities or possible moves or combos, or like your understanding of the game potential or possibilities or outcomes. So, and mind games. Yeah. So it's like, how can I give an example of this? This would be like, we actually see a lot of meso with melees and parries in Deadlock. It's probably the best example that I could give off the top of my head, but it's going to be where you start to do, I know that they have parry off cooldown, so I'm going to bait with a melee, and then when they parry, it's knowing the internal cooldown in your head of 4 seconds that you can spam melees until you think that parry has come off cooldown, so now you have to start playing mind games again. That's meso. Does that answer your question? And the random aspect of the game. Shelly Froggy actually brings out a good point there. It's also the random aspect of the game. Meso sounds like counter intel. Yeah, so if you watch the video in the Discord that I posted, he explains it a little bit better when he talks about, think about what kind of cheats would help you win the game, and that's how you understand it. And Meso would be like wall hacks. It's like knowing where the enemy is all the time. It's like knowing it's like intel, yeah, just intel. So it's going to be like knowing what abilities they have off cooldown all the time, or the exact timer. Like imagine every time you fought somebody, they had a timer over their head for the exact amount of time until their abilities were off cooldown. How differently you would play the game knowing what they have available. Knowing that Abrams is hoping you shove his tower because he has shoulder charge off cooldown, right? You're not just guessing like, oh, he used it 18 seconds ago. Is it off cooldown by now? I can't remember. I don't know. Like that kind of a thing. Or like knowing that when you're going into double sinners, there's 3 people standing in there waiting for you to come by so they can gank you, so you know you're not going to go in there. Kind of stuff like that. Yeah, reacting in lane when Bebop misses a hook and whatnot. Knowing that you can get more aggressive because he can't pull you under the tower. That kind of stuff is meso. Okay, so if you're good at meso, this is also going to be initiators. This is really important for front lines, and it's good for off supports. Really good. Macro is what we all know. This is minimap and clock. This is your awareness of the entire map. This is awareness of objectives and decision making. What's the next best thing to do after we just got a second kill this late in the game? This is the overall objectives of the game. Which objective is more important than the other, etc. This is really important. Oh, by the way, micro also goes under Spirit Nukers. And then, oops. And then it also goes here. Macros are really support heavy. Okay, supports are like 90% macro and then like 10% everything else. This is why initiators are complicated. But initiators have to have really good macro. They have to know when they're going into a good lane or not, and then what to do next, etc. I think solving systems is a good general description of Mezzo. Yeah, that is a good general description of Mezzo. I feel like Initiator should fit into macro more than micro. Initiator fits into everything. That's the problem with Initiator as a role. At a high level, it's a difficult role. The reason it fits into micro is because you have to be, if you miss your initiation, like once you miss, think about it this way. You're in a pro 6v6 scene, okay? It's 6 versus 6, and there's pro players, and Bebop missed hook. Which team is going to win the fight? Not Bebop's team, okay? Because it's a very micro-heavy pick ability. And his entire kit and his entire team's initiation is based entirely on his mechanical skill to hit the skill shot of the initiation. That's like also paradoxical. Like imagine we stunned the enemy team with like, or not even stunned, just like a page route on the enemy team. They're grouped up, there's 5 of them, and Paradox somehow misses the ult. That is a huge micro failure that changes the entire aspect of the team fight. So there's a micro component to initiators. The Mezzo is knowing who you can initiate on. So this is like knowing whether Counterspell is up, knowing whether they have their tornadoes up, like on Mirage, or if Gargoyle is up, they're going to be able to immune it. So that's the Mezzo aspect. And then the macro aspect comes with roaming and ganking with initiators. So like I'm going to go gank this lane and use my initiation abilities to give us a 3v2 advantage and win this fight. And then you go over there and but you weren't looking at the minimap. You didn't realize they backed up under Guardian. There's no kill potential and you just wasted time that you could have been doing something else. Okay. So there's like a gazillion different things when it comes to initiators. Unfortunately, they fall really heavily into this role. Front lines are also here. And then this is also off supports. Did I miss any? I hope not. M1s are really heavy on micro. They're also in Mezzo. So this is M1s. I think I covered everything, and most of them fit into 2 or 3, which is it. But this will help you understand a little bit where you'll fit into specific roles. But what's fun about Deadlock is because so many heroes dip into so many different categories that you might actually have to be good at micro, mezzo, and macro for a specific hero. And then for other heroes, you only need 1 of them or 2 of them. So like, it gets complicated. It gets complicated. You know what I mean? Micro is more like mechanical excellence, where macro is more decision making. Yes, micro is like aimbot helps you win games. So like micro games that require aimbot, like Valorant, CS, R6, that's the type of game that is very micro heavy, and then they have a really strong mezzo aspect, right? I guess it does not make sense since I really enjoy macro plays and solving for minimap positioning and ult cooldowns, but suck at micro. Oh, I guess it does make sense, you said. Okay. Crab Shack, micro is definitely my weakest category. Well, maybe this will help a little bit. Maybe this will help a little bit. I feel like you're criminally underutilizing your stickman shape in your notes. The stats say... Wait, stickman shape? What stickman shape? You guys, what are we actually doing right now? Wait, I can't see his arms. Wait, what did I... What? Oh, he's on the... How do I get the, like, free form? Because he's just, Wait, lock, unlock? Oh, no. I want it to not snap. But you probably need a big brain for that. We'll just put him over here. It's fine. Whatever. All right. Here we go, guys. Okay, there we go. I feel like we are utilizing him properly now, and I feel like we're good. Okay. The stats say that I have good aim, but I don't trust it. I mean, I don't know what to tell you there. He's on the grind. Try holding control. That's just, what the heck? Okay, it just gave me a duplicate. Need more stickmans. Somebody ban Heather. He's on the grid. Probably can't place between the grid. Oh, you're probably right. What if I turn off the grid? Wait, what? Wait. Why is this still? Why are we still dealing with this? You guys, it's too hard. This is too big brain. Thank you, Alice Senpai, for the follow. Really appreciate it. Shelly Froggy, did you hit me with a posture check and I didn't even know it? I'm sorry. I'll sit up straight. Have Coach Blayton sit up straight. He's always kicked back and relaxed. I just banned Heather again. Thanks, Crab Shack. Appreciate it. I got it now. Everything makes way more sense now. Hopefully. Oh, all right. Well, it was worth a shot. LOL. Okay, so here you go. This is Coach Blayton's roles guide. Yeah. We're going to throw it in the Discord because that took a lot of work and I don't want it to go to waste, but hopefully it was helpful and answered some questions. If you guys have any other questions, your avatar is missing a rock. Coach Blayton is way too sophisticated for rocks. All right, Samurai, what a foolish statement to make. Look at that monocle. Okay? You see my monocle? You think I smack rocks and clams? Nah, dude, it arrives on a silver platter. Okay? Silver platter. We need to sort that out. It's already been sorted. I just explained it. My word, pebbles are an otter's favorite thing. No, his bow tie is his favorite thing. Correction. I'm eating, so half and half. Well, thank you so much for the follow, Alice. Appreciate you being here. Okay, anybody have any other questions about the roles? Do you feel like it was covered pretty well? Is there any hero in particular that you're still like, don't know where they land? How are we doing? Is it okay? Is it fine? Are we happy? No? Great cover? Oh, good. Good. That took way longer than I thought it would. So let's do guess your rank. So Dynamo is an M1 carry. Yep, Heather was listening. She definitely got it. Okay. Standard matches. We are looking for... So Heather said Dynamo, Drifter, or Lash. Does anybody have very specific... Wait, did you post these notes in the Discord? I'd like a copy of that. I didn't post it yet. Hold up, I can. Give me a second. Wait, where should we put it? Hero discussions and tech? Probably in there. Oh, that was not the right URL. What in the... Okay, hold up. There we go. I just posted it in the Discord under hero discussions and tech, so you can understand. And then maybe I'll pin it. Does that seem like a good thing to do? Seems like a good thing to pin. We'll pin that to this channel, so it can be referenced at any point. Dang, it's lacking so much color though, you guys. I feel like we definitely missed the boat on making it bright and colorful like we normally do. Anyway, hold on. Don't you want to see the funny haze build? Oh, yes, you're right. Hold up. You're right. I said we were going to look at that, and then I forgot. Hold up. Let me pull that up. Dun, dun, dun. Honestly, you could clip the last 45 minutes and make a whole YouTube video out of it. Here's my problem with like generalized guides is they get outdated so freaking fast. The other thing is I prefer to target my education with individual improvement because as much as I explain all of that, people may not know what they're good or bad at until a coach looks at it. So it's like Sometimes it's easier for me to just look at you and your gameplay and then help you improve, more so than be like, here, a million people, try and learn from this generalized information. But I could throw it on the channel. It'd probably do okay, but like, whatever. Shelly, send me the build again. I can't find it. But more content means more viewers? I mean, probably. Yeah, but if it's content that I don't enjoy putting out and then people expect me to put out that content and then I don't? Oh wait, this is on the wrong freaking hero. You guys. You silly guys. You thought that was a test and you all failed, by the way. Oh my goodness. Unbelievable. Okay, the dagger. What a name. I like that it's trademarked too. W. Okay, everybody, this is Shelly Frog's haze build. What you do is you load it up. This is the number right here. You ready? That's the number. Okay, and then once you load it up, you just do this. Then you just log in and win. I mean, we don't even need to look at it. I'm kidding. Hold up.
Stay safe out there.
Anti-spellbreaker item, plus it gives you a massive burst. It's all annotated. It begins. You guys, this is crazy. There's no annotation here. Why am I buying it? I don't understand. Okay. Makes your dagger even more potent and gives you the fire rate you need. Nice. Nice. Pick your greens. Okay. Swap this for another 1.6k if needed. Oh, I need it. Okay. Spawn regen in your pocket. Easy clap. Dispel Magic 2.0 at your service. Your max 2 is effectively a dispel, but with 4 charges and bullet life still. Can't dispel silences though. W. This is what he means for those who don't play Haze. I mean, for those who don't play Page, you may not know this either. But max 2 dispel non-ultimate debuffs. Rapid recharge gives a bunch of charges of that, so you can just constantly dispel stuff. Okay, now you know. All right, burst fire. Tank Buster, large health pools, you know. Makes your sleep extra long. Put the small one on dagger. Okay, he means this one. Duration extender, and then upgrade. We're gonna unqueue that because we ended up getting reactive barrier, according to the notes. And then utility. Wait, why is this optional? What the heck? This is like must have. What is this build? Okay, I love annotation. It's the screw you amount of burst damage haze. I'm going to try and use your haze build, and I don't even play haze. Can we just remove all the free cleanses this game comes with? That has a whole lot of dang 5-minute CD summoner spells in League. All right, let's take a look here. Usually high value for everybody, ever. Slowing Hex is the most busted ability in the game. And we're going to buy this too, because we hate Drifter, Lash, Bebop, Pocket, etc. Plus it gives you a nice Spirit Power boost. Extremely powerful combo with Rapid Recharge plus 2 max. There you go. Now, we definitely want 2 daggers. We don't need this anymore. We're definitely upgrading that. You know what I would have you add to your build here? I'm just throwing this out here. It's actually way freaking goated on Dagger Haze is Arctic Blast. And it's because you can do this. And then you throw another one if he doesn't insta-die. It's just this gives the capacitor effect now. But even before the capacitor effect, this was still good. So yeah. Anyway, just throwing that out there. But that's the build, you guys. The first 6 are my favorite. Okay, genuinely really strong with Rapid Recharge. You can easily get 5 to 6 stacks and maintain it. We don't need this because we bought Arctic Blast. Another item that gives you everything you need. Okay, I like it. What do we replace though? It doesn't tell me what to replace. See, now I'm lost. I mean, it's just over, chat. It's over. What are we gonna do? Probably Headhunter, honestly. It applies spirit debuffs and has the slowing hex effects pretty much. Yeah, I mean, it's probably... I just don't know if it's better than this if you're going for Dagger Haze. You might want to switch these out and see how it feels. I'm just saying. But 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6? Why do we need Unstop if they're all CP? They're just CP. Without this, late, you're just going to get CC blasted. False. You can't get CC'd if they're dead. You heard it here first. Death is the best CC. Coach Blatant, trademark, copyrighted. Clip it and ship it. Only buy this if you have metal skin and people you need to shut down. Can't use metal skin if you're sleeping. Just saying. No, I'm kidding. This is actually really good. Magic carpet. This is interesting. I don't think I would ever use this on Haze, but it's probably good for the movement overall. Lol. The annotation. LOL. Love it. Okay. Feels like Spirit Snatch belongs since sleep gives free melee. Actually true. Let's throw that in here. We don't need to heal this late in the game. So this is what you do. You go and this is the Coach Blayton. This is the method, okay? You go with this. You go boom. BAM! No, I'm kidding. You do that first. Before the second dart. But also this guy keeps dying. Somebody give this guy some health. You know?
The shadows. Good night.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much it. Check Headhunter. Hold up. Can also sell later for stronger gun options. Oh, guys, it tells you right there. You just have to read the annotations and then you're good. Okay. Crippling Headshot, Ridiculous Shred, and some good heal reduction. This is like mega overpowered. I would definitely use this more often. Not my favorite, but you can get it. Number 1 Moan Krill hater item, also Doorman. Usually you want Unstoppable, but this is good too. W. If you keep dying while ulting. Is this meant to, okay, so it feels like this is kind of meant to be an ult build. Sorry, did not mean to parry. But then also it's like a double dagger build. So like, are you building full double dagger spear damage, or are you building for ult pick haze? I don't know what we're doing. What? Reading? No way. Exactly, Heather. Who has time for that? I didn't go to college. There's a reason. I had a haze that would like pop out of nowhere and sleep me for forever. And a few times she would dance around me and then when magic carpet off. That is peak trolling. That is absolutely peak trolling. Okay, let's do a guess your rank really quick. We looked at the builds. I feel like we got a good idea of how to play this haze build. And if you read, you know, lets you get out of nearly... yeah, cheat death is actually super good. Not gonna lie. Nice. I like the build. I like the build. It's a good time. You'll probably rank up with it too if you apply everything else. Okay, I had a haze rush magic carpet for their second item before. That is mega troll. You heard it here first. But also awesome. It pivots into attack speed late game. I see. Can we talk about armor piercing rounds? I feel like it should be the most disgusting item in the game. It gives true damage. How is it not more utilized? Because you can get so much bullet resist and other benefits from so many other items that you just end up stacking other items instead, because overall you get more. Armor piercing rounds gives you one thing, and it's usually only really good against really high bullet resist. I feel like it needs a buff actually. Like crippling headshot plus hollow point plus, I can't even think of something right now, weighted shots. Those all will give you way, way more than armor piercing rounds plus any other tier 4 item will, because armor piercing rounds only gives you one thing, and all those things give you like a gazillion other things. Weapon damage, debuff resist, and penetration, bullet resist, etc. In my opinion, because people don't build a lot of flat bullet resist. That's true. People buy metal skin a lot. Yep. Armor piercing is really just the why the heck do they have 3-plated armors? Yeah, kinda. Yeah. Doesn't it pierce metal skin? And I guess people just don't build much bullet resist. I do not think it pierces metal skin, no. We can read it and figure it out, but I don't think so. I think it only pierces the deflection of like... Your bullets have a chance to become unavoidable, piercing through enemies and ignoring their bullet resist. Maybe it is unavoidable. I'd have to test it, but I don't think it does. I've never seen weapon damage go through. The counter to metal skin outside of curse is merc mag. That's the counter. But no, I think this just goes through bullet resist. So what it's trying to say, piercing through ignoring bullet resist, is instead of somebody having 60% bullet resist from whatever things they've been building, is it just hits them as if they had 0 bullet resist 55% of the time. There's a future universe where AP rounds is goated though. Agreed. I think it should be buffed. I think it should give like, I think it should go do more than that. And not just pierce bullet resist, but do like a negative 20%. So it's like a damage amp. AP rounds does not go through metal skin. I thought it did when I was learning Viper, but I discovered that was false. Yeah, I mean, go figure. I didn't think so either. It's just wild coming from League where true damage is the most broken thing around. Agreed, except... Yeah, I wonder why that is. Why is true damage so big in League and Smite, but not here? I actually don't know the answer to that. I need another drink of water. Okay, guys. Do we have anybody contesting the Dynamo, Lash, or Drifter pick for Guess Your Rank on Random VOD Review today? Should we... Actually, let's just do a poll. That's going to make it easier, right? Here's the question. So poll is, which hero do we do Guess Your Rank on? Okay. Dynamo, Drifter, Lash, or Other. And then Other will have to be whatever you want it to be. Start poll. Actually, we can watch the poll here. Probably because there's more access to shred in this game. I don't know, hard to say. Probably because there's so much penetration in this game. Like so much bullet resist shred and spirit resist shred, etc., etc. Like a lot more, for sure. This is tripping me out, for sure. This whole stream preview. Yeah, it's killing me, but whatever. We've got one Other and one Dynamo. Guys, you gotta not make this a tie. Don't do it. Don't make it a tie. Watch, somebody's gonna vote for Drifter and it's gonna be a 3-way tie. Unbelievable. Alright, we got 2 votes on Dynamo. We're gonna find us a Dynamo game and do a Guess Your Rank. Okay. Dynamo game. We need something that's like just after 10 minutes, otherwise it won't load us in for like a year and a half. That's a Dynamo game, but I don't think it'll load us in. It's too early. This is really close. Should we try? Your client is unable to connect to the server due to the version differences. I have an update available. Guys. It's just unbelievable. We gotta reload Deadlock. Oh, again! Patch day be like this, huh? Now I have to add Coach Blatant approved build to it? For sure. Tie my name to that bad boy. I'll take credit for all your wins. Heck yeah. But if you lose, it's not my fault, right? I think that's how that works. When your teammates give you, like, serious backlash for using it. Oh, there's a new patch. Time to read. No. No more reading. I'm done with the college work today. That's for you guys. You smart people. I just hit Eternus in video games and tell people why they're bad. That's literally all I do. And I tell people to check for their Prime subs because it's a free way to support your favorite streamer. That's all I do here. This is my life. It's freaking huge. Crab Shack, you're stressing me out. Stop. I'm dyslexic. I can't read. I'm not dyslexic. I still can't read. You see this? We already read it. Easy clap. Stupid math. All right. We have to go back. Try find a game again. Oh, wait. Oh, Dynamo 11 minutes. Hold up. Why? Oh, wait, their version's probably different. In the game. Oh no! Wait, we might not be able to do a guess your rank. Because I got the update that they didn't get. You see? Oh no. You guys. Today has been the weirdest stream of all time. Just, everything's broken on patch day. Should I just never stream on Tuesdays? Should Tuesdays just be the you know what we should do? Actually, brain so massive, my neck is going to be sore. We should start, once we get the community large enough for this to be something that we can regularly do, we should start Tuesdays being like everybody groups and plays together. And I watch you do it. So like, you guys all hop in Discord and you guys do a massive group game across like a gazillion different ranks, and you play as a pre-made, and then I'm in the Discord with you, like IGLing basically. That way, regardless of what's going on with VOD reviews, live coaching, guess your ranks, like whatever, you guys can just hop into a game with the new patch and I IGL, and then when you lose, you can blame me, but then you guys are all playing together, and it would just be like a bunch of laughs. That should be Tuesdays. Thoughts? Alice says, I like it. Heather's doing homework right now. Stupid math. Math is exhausting. Not stoked for next semester. I have math next semester too. Oh, man. Depends on the time for myself. That's true. That's true. Also, the thought process with Magic Carpet is that it just gives a bunch of stats for no reason and basically every off angle you could ever want to the gravity. I get that's true. I mean, I see the point there. I feel like you'd get more value out of 6,400 souls elsewhere. That's all. I wasn't listening. What is the current question? Samurai, the current question was, since Tuesdays, patch days, break everything for the stream, like we can't hop in here because they're using an old client. Like, because we just got an update, we restarted Deadlock and they didn't. So, like, I can't hop into these. I can't do VOD reviews unless you guys have a VOD from literally today. And I guess I could do live coaching on Tuesdays. I could, like, try and reserve live coaching for Tuesdays because they have to hop in a game right there. That could be good. But what I was saying is we could do, like, a community games, essentially. Like, you guys would hop in Discord and game together in a group, and I would be IGLing it. So it would just be like live games together and live coaching on Tuesdays, because Tuesdays are the weirdest time to be streaming for my content because everything's broken. We could reserve live coach, and I can't do pro VOD reviews because every VOD prior to the major patches is just completely broken. So I have to wait until after today when pros have played some matches, or after Deadlock Night Shift after patch day for us to actually review a game. My schedule is entirely free but summer, but don't know other schedules. Yeah, I don't know how well it would work with a small community, but it's something that we could start doing, even if it's just like a few of you, right? Even if it was just like 2 or 3 of you in the Discord, we would be able to like do the Tuesday games. And then also live coaching sessions should probably be reserved for Tuesdays. I think that's a good idea. Let me write this down. I'm going to forget. Tuesdays. Okay, here we go. We could also do like, so when the community is big enough, it would be all within the community. So I'm thinking like custom games where it's like 6v6 of all like viewers. And we would just kind of like organize the games to the best of our ability to make them as fair as possible. But it would be like mega troll custom games. So like Tuesdays would be like, you know, no M1 hyper carries, or you have to play, like, I don't know how we would do it, like, or whatever you guys want to do, right? Like whatever crazy custom game you want to put together that would be just silly to watch. Or if we can enable having like mirror matches, it would be like everybody's haze, but you can't go invisible. Or everybody's haze, but if you're seen, you lose. So like you have to be invisible or hiding. So it's like hide and seek. Or like, you know, like random stuff like that, where it'd be like a huge community event, 6v6. And then we would just have fun with it from there. Heather says she loves the idea of gaming together. Live coaching and playing games together would be so cool. Samurai says my schedule is entirely free because of summer. I don't know other schedules. Alice says I don't ever work Tuesdays and cries at her warden at the first idea. Shelly says I feel like I'd start crying with live coaching. Well, maybe live coaching isn't for you. That's fine. Yeah, I've got probability and stats next semester and theory of computation. That sounds miserable, Samurai. Yeah, live coaching sounds cool to me, and also community gaming sounds cool. Well, these are good ideas for Tuesdays. We should definitely start implementing them, and it's going to get better and better the larger the community gets, for sure. But it's definitely an idea to keep in mind. Any live coaching requests, I'll try and group them up on patch days, Tuesdays in particular. Although patch day isn't always on Tuesday, which is a problem. Could always do in-house games if we have enough too. In-house street brawls, lol. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Like within the community, just like crazy. Or you guys could bring friends, right? Like you could be like, yo, on Tuesday, we have this event. Come check it out. And then that would like augment the community, since it's probably not big enough to have enough people all the time for that sort of thing. But if you guys have friends that would be available on Tuesdays and down to do that, we could definitely set it up. I think that'd be fun. Well, since we can't watch any games... Wait, maybe there's like a brand new game that is the right client. Dang it. Oh, guys! Guys, we found one. I didn't see if there was a dynamo. I just clicked on it. Okay, there's no dynamo, but there's a lash and a drifter. Okay, until we see lash or drifter, the haze hide and seek would be so fun. Actually, what we should do is we should have one player playing haze and the other 11 are trying to find them. That'd be wild. Actually, we could divide it up however we want. We could have like one team hiding, one team seeking. So 6v6 hide and seek, right? Like 6 hazes and then 6 seekers. But the seekers can't play drifter because then you just ult them. Nothing that can see through walls. We'd have to like specifically think about who it's gonna be, but that would be fun. We need to come up with other games. We could also do like King of the Hill. So it would be like you can only be in blue lane above the mid boss, and you have to play on the bridge. And whichever team has more players standing on the bridge after 5 minutes or whatever wins, or what. I don't know how we want to do that. Or we'll have like a timer set. I don't know how we do that. Or maybe the urn. Maybe we just have them sit on a neutral urn, and then whoever delivers the urn wins. So it's just like a 6v6 urn fight. We'll just insta-spawn it. This is Guess Your Rank. Yeah, we're just watching Guess Your Rank, except apparently we're watching Eternus because there's no dynamo, and that was the vote. If you guys have a different hero you want to watch, we did say Drifter or Lash. Do you guys want to watch Lash? But yeah, we're just doing a Guess Your Rank before we end the stream today. Because I'm super tired. Lash? Alice, thanks so much for the Prime sub. Really appreciate it. You're the best. Let's watch Lash then, Heather. I like watching Eternus. Oh no, now what? Now what? Oh dang, he just got a kill. I'll bounce between them. Doesn't matter to me, watch whoever. We can go back and forth. Heather and I had the same idea. Uh-oh, if I had the same idea as Heather, does that make me dumb? Be honest. Haha, gotcha. Oh, oh! We're getting chased by zombies. Oh, Eternus is being chased. Wait, this is exciting stuff.
Haze is missing.
He's dashing away from a haze. Wait, now Calico's on the haze that was chasing his Eternus. Hold up. We should just watch the whole team. Wait, we should actually... Let's do this. Oh my gosh! Should we cast it? Hayes with the parry. Abrams coming into Calico. Calico in danger. Calico getting low. Abrams pops the ult. Calico under Guardian. Will Abrams dive the Guardian? He goes for it. Misses the ult. Infernus is back full health with the reset. Abrams low HP, but don't forget Hayes is on side. Abrams getting away. Oh, Infernus back on him, trying to proc the burn, keep him low. Is he gonna get the kill? Will he burn to death? And he goes down. Infernus with the kill. Low health Hayes. Oh, we're going underground. Hold up. Hayes running from Infernus. Will she have the same fate as her Abrams? Infernus with the dash, keeping the burns up. And he gets the double kill. What's happening over in this lane? Wait, somebody go fast. How do we go faster? Guys, maybe I am the coach Blayton. Somebody ban Heather. I'm definitely not one for live coaching because I think you'd ask me one question. I just walk into a wall like going, I don't know. Oh, Shiv getting gargoyled. Went for the dash on the low health. Drifter really low. Shiv bloodletting, trying to keep him alive. Here comes out the Drifter ult. They're blind. Drifter's blind and scared. What is that? Punch distance. All right, we got melee Shiv going on. 7 no longer blind, getting aggressive. Stun on the gargoyle. Drifter playing on the side. Low health. 7 defending by himself. Hold shift. Wait, shift just flies up. This is control, and this is shift. And that's Shiv. Oh, that was a bad joke. Alright. Shiv going with the poke with the knives. 7 on the stairs, going from a different angle. Gargoyle for the heal. Drifter taking a little bit of damage here. Can't get hit by the knives. They do get the heal minion. They've got lane tempo. Shoving. Oh, he hits the damage on Shiv. Shiv having to play back. Very nervous. They're clearing the wave as fast as possible. Drifter forced back up. Minions are down. We're getting aggressive. Here comes the gargoyle stun and the heal. Shiv getting so low. Will Drifter teleport? Shiv, is he gonna die? Oh, Drifter gets the kill with the teleport. 7 now in trouble. Oh, Drifter with the flyby. Just get resetting. Going back to his teammate. And people are leaving the game. What is happening? Guys, this can't be real. Let's watch some Graves gameplay. Alright, Graves pressuring Lash. Gets him very low, even with the flog buffs. Here comes a pillow. Graves trying to root the Rem. Rem jumps over it. Here comes another zombie. Will the zombie get the damage? Zombie. Oh! Oh! Zombies! Oh, lots of them! Okay, back to watching heroes play the game. Graves under a lot of pressure. Skulls are attacking a tier 3 minion. Rem pressuring her. Lash. Oh, parries nothing. There goes the heavy melee for the kill. I think they rage quit. I mean, everybody's leaving. This game's cooked. This game's cooked. Unbelievable. We have 2 levers that early. I'm guessing Alchemist. I'm guessing it's like patch day server issues. Is the owning walls thing the thing where you track someone's movement and accidentally throw an ability at a wall because that's where they would have been? I need somebody to explain to Shelly what owning the walls comes from. Arcanist is my guess. They're hitting CS. Could be my own games. I'm guessing Ritualist or the one above it, which is Emissary. Server issues sounds like a safe guess too. Own all the walls. Okay. I don't think we have a video of it on YouTube. Abrams DC'd and is just walking in circles. What the heck is this game? Guys, I think we broke it with our spectating. I'm not gonna lie. I think it was us. Anyway, owning the walls comes from Heather's gameplay. We did a VOD review of Heather playing the game. And... oh, an unstable rift is opening. Go to the rift to claim its power. Wait, I want to see the rift. This will be my first time seeing the rift. Anyways, Heather, in the VOD review, for no reason at all, shot the wall next to her like 7 times while fighting an enemy. And we called it wall domination. Ooh. Oh, the music. You guys. Are you guys enjoying this as much as I am? Coach Blayton ruins Ritualist lobby with DDoS hacks. Is this new? Yes. This is brand new to the game. This is the new, like... So this is replacing Earn. It's King of the Hill, but it's a rift. If you win, you get a soul bounty and super minions that drop out. But there's also still Earn. Earn is just only buffs one person. Alright. That Guess Your Rank went very poorly. But let's see who was right. I'm gonna say... Oracle. I don't know. Ascendant 2! It's basically just a third global objective. So outside of mid-boss and Earn, and now we have Rift. By the way, you guys, the video I did forever ago on... and the stream we had on therapy when I was just complaining about the Ascendant lobby that I played with off stream. This is what I'm talking about. You guys thought they might be Alchemist or Arcanist, and they're literally Ascendant players. And Ascendant players have the gall to think they're the same as Eternus. It just is what it is. It's kind of awkward because the Urn spawns on the same side as the Rift. Yeah, it's interesting. It's interesting. I'm excited to see how it changes the flow of the game. And Deadlock Night Shift tomorrow is going to be really exciting, I think. Alright, kiddos. I appreciate you guys so much. Thank you all for being here. It has been an absolute blast. It's going to be a super short stream today. I'm going to turn it off here because I am so tired. But I did want to hop on and try and do coaching. But we failed because patch day screwed it. But we did get to go over the patch notes, and we did get to talk about roles and positions in Deadlock and how complicated they are. And we went a little over micro, meso, and macro. But hopefully you guys had a good time. Thank you all so much for the subs and for the follows. Thank you for supporting the stream and supporting me. Appreciate you all. You're welcome for the build approval, Shelly. Appreciate you. You guys all have a wonderful day. I will catch you all tomorrow. Hopefully VOD reviews will be working. So if you guys have any games you played today or tomorrow morning that you want me to review, go ahead and throw them in the Discord and we'll review them tomorrow. And then we will also do Deadlock Night Shift tomorrow afternoon and potentially evening. We will see. But I will see you all next time. You have a wonderful day. Take it easy.